Okay. Hey everybody. I know I said earlier this month, it's like, oh, this is gonna be the month where it's gonna be packed with Galaxy Galleries, but oops, it's not really. But that's okay because I've still been making pretty good progress. But that said, we're not quite there yet. We still don't have the 7 pieces, the 7 Chaos Emeralds that we need to truly accomplish Keat Week. And that week's coming up, you know? Let's see. Let me check my calendar here. But that is an event that spans the last week of June, so that would start on the 24th. So we still have a little under a week left to keep making stuff for this. But in the meantime, I'm not prepared. So now the time has come where I've got to be. So, as we did before, I'll actually, if you weren't here last time, I'll show what we did before. We did this. This one, I really like how this came out. These are some good boys. And then we also got this one done for extra credit. Just some titties, you know, because why not? And now, it's probably going to be these two that I want to work on tonight. But the key here is which one of these we do first. So we've got this one, which is pretty much all lined, you know, sans a face, and then we've got this one. So you guys can decide which one of these we do first. And in the meantime, I don't know what to do about this. I was asking some friends about this. I don't know if I want this little flap to go like in front of Corrin's face or like behind it, you know? Whether or not I want this like bottom half of Corrin's face concealed by this. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but we're pretty close to that bridge because there's nothing else to really line. So yeah, I don't know. As far as like what's left to do, I guess this one's a little more clear with what remains to be done, so I guess we'll just do the face and then get to coloring. Sure. This is 33 after all, you know. In order, this would be the most recent one. Okay, so with that, let's hop into it. I'm already noticing like some overlapping lines going on here, and unfortunately these layers are merged, so I'm gonna have to like chop into that a little bit. Oh, that's a big eraser. Let's tone that down. Okay. Yeah, I usually don't start this late. I usually start about an hour before now, but sometimes the days just feel like that. So here I am now, because, you know, Keat Week waits for nobody. Man, we've got a couple of overlapping little bits here, don't we? Oh boy. Eh? How'd that come back? That's new. I've never seen that happen before, where I just like erase something and then it, like, I didn't undo anything, it just showed up. Gee, it's kinda spooky. Okay. That should cover everything. I'm not seeing anything remaining in terms of overlapping lines, although that belly button looks a little weird. I might want to redo that. Just a little bit. I'll cut that and paste that. Reduce the opacity. Make that a little bit of like a... I don't know what I want to make this, but something about it doesn't look quite right. I don't know if that's better. Well, maybe. If I make it like less tall, I think that's a viable strategy. And also like bring this up to here and then do that. That could be doable, and then I can make it real thin. That's fucking Galaxy Gallery in a nutshell. Okay. That looks a little less. Okay. So with that, well, hold on, actually. Going back to that list of PSDs, we've actually got something really handy to work with here, and that is the completed palette for this. This is essentially all the colors we need for both Keaton and Corrin. So if we turn some layers back off here, then boom, we have the flats. We can just pull those to get what we need done. That said, we are getting a little ahead of ourselves here because what is this layer? This is the head, and also this. We'll merge it. Okay, we'll layer 0. So for this one, It's still kind of up in the air what I want to do with this. I can turn the ruffler back on here. I do have like an expression set up, but I was thinking of maybe like going through like a couple of like different alts for this, where there's like a couple of different expressions. But I'm not so sure what I want those to be, nor why I want those to be. Pretty much, let's see, let me go into the PNGs folder here. PNGs. Yeah, this is fucking ancient, but when I was working on this, it reminded me of an older Keaton and Corrin series I did here, which is, you know, very horny on main, even for that era. I was thinking of maybe something similar, but the way I did that is that I had the body and the clothes in like a separate layer, so you could see like a bit of the undressing going on there, and I could kind of like just create a bunch of different variants as far as that goes. But this is already all kind of merged into one layer, so as far as the clothes being removed, I can't see that changing much. But I don't know, maybe some hands, because right now it's just Keaton. There's not really much Corrin here. I don't know. Like, even in the planning stages, I didn't really factor in Corrin, but sometimes those titties have just gotta be out. Okay. So with that, let's do the face. Let's do the face. The one that I actually have. Okay. I feel like one of these days, maybe not for, I don't know, I'm getting like a lot of other Keat Week ideas, but there's only 7 days and 7, you know, slots for art to make for that. And I know that I make art for these boys, like, regardless of whether or not the timing really demands it, but I want to redo this a little bit. But I don't know. One thing that I was thinking of is maybe, like, trying to see, because this is, you know, very much my own style, but I wanted to see what could happen if I tried to, like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Be more on model, I guess? You know, drawing to see if I could, like, kind of capture the Fire Emblem art style and draw Keaton in that way. But who knows? Who knows? I'll save that for another time. That could be definitely, though, a fun little practice experiment. I don't know what I would call it. I feel like the main obstacle to that, though, is just, like, how I draw the eyes, because I feel like as far as everything else, I can kind of make it work, you know? But the eyes are very, very different, you know? Like, Fire Emblem eyes, Keaton's eyes are like, you know, fucking, like, I never draw this sort of eyes, so I wouldn't really know how to do it good. And I guess he's all like... Actually, he's more like, a little more like, that's the fucking accurate Keaton. But the only thing that really needs to stay on model is the titties, and that's already there. That's what really matters. Man, I usually don't, you know, as much as I draw Fire Emblem stuff on Galaxy Gallery, or just in general, I don't really use Fire Emblem music that often. And I think I've talked about that before, but, like, I don't know. This particular track slaps, but most of them are just make me sad, because then I remember the in-game events they're tied to, and I'm like, oh no, sad story moment. Ah. That doesn't help me be productive at all. Okay. That ought to do it! I think. I feel like I'm doing something very, very wrong with the eyebrows here. Let's, like, turn everything... This is why everything else has to go off, because, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking, like, the thicknesses of the eyebrows are, like, wildly different, but they seem alright. They seem alright. Okay. So moving on to the eyes themselves, this is the real fucking challenge, because it's a very big, round line. And you gotta be very you gotta be sneaky. You gotta be quick. Oh no. Well, hold on. This could be, I could, like, shift it to the right a little bit, so it's, like, more centered, and then the top half of that can still work. Now we're cooking. Oh, goddamn! I didn't post the going live thing to Discord. Okay, let me go do that. There we go. That would maybe explain a couple of things. Surprisingly finding quite a bit to fucking fill the air with, considering how light chat's been tonight. This is what happens when I like fucking deviate from the schedule that I've established for the past several months. Like, streaming earlier is one thing, but you stream later and all hell breaks loose. I don't know, sometimes Galaxy Gallery it just be like that. Yeah, so that's another thing that's going on tonight. No guest. I don't know. I tried getting in contact with Roach and Funky, but neither of them were available. Funky at least couldn't get back to me, but Roach, I don't know what the hell's going on. But he's a busy boy. I understand. I could have had Rice, but I think he's offline right now, isn't he? Oh, he actually is online. Probably should have scoped that one out. Rice was a great guest last time, you know. I mean, Garfield and Vor aside, actually no, Garfield and Vor, set that aside and what's left, really. I don't know. I mean, I feel like as far as the guests that I usually have on these streams go, I would certainly like to have more. Not just something that I do more often, but even like just like a larger pool that I'm drawing from, you know? I talked to Tyler about doing one eventually, and he said he would be up for it, but I don't. Certainly not tonight. That's not the kind of sudden thing I can just pull out, but Tyler makes very, very good art. I don't see it very often, but it's always a treat. I don't know, I'm trying to think of like other art friends that like are a part of this stream, and I'm like, I don't know. And I'm sure going back to the VOD, anybody watching this is gonna be like, come on, he didn't even mention me! And I'm just fucking blanking right now, and insulting all my beloved friends. This might need to be a little thicker on this side. Isn't that always the case when it comes to Keaton, though? It's always gotta be thicker. Honestly, I'm a little shocked. Well, okay. Right now, like, I'm just doing the line art, because everything's already been, like, the pieces have all been, like, laid out in front of me already. But, like, even, you know, drawing this, I didn't really use a ref. Like, I've, you know, 30 drawings in, I've just kind of come to memorize Keaton's design and his outfit. And I think that's, you know, big goals, and I'm happy to have achieved that. Or am I? Because I feel like that's a very upsetting thing to achieve, perhaps. Like, maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe Griffin, you should diversify your interests. I know. What if I stopped drawing Keaton and just started drawing other big boys? That certainly addresses the problem. Oh shit, hey Femi! Welcome to the stream. Honestly, I didn't start very long ago, so you're not too late to the fucking party. The very empty party. The birthday party no one showed up to. Ooh, let's align those eyes. Man, so a couple of days ago, I was just fucking on YouTube, as it be sometimes, and I never watch these videos, especially for games that I'm not really interested in, But somehow I found myself watching like a fucking cutscene compilation of all the things of all the cutscenes from Fire Emblem Warriors, and I don't know, like I was initially feeling somewhat interested in that game, but my feelings towards it were like, oh well, I don't know if I'll get it at launch because, you know, Odyssey, but maybe sometime down the road I'll pick it up. And I just like, I don't know. I'm honestly glad that I didn't get it because, I mean, even at least as far as the cutscenes go, that did not like I didn't like it at all. Like the voice acting was bad, and like the cast of characters, as much as a Fate's thought as I am, you know, it didn't even please me as far as that goes. So it's like, I don't know. That might have been like the best thing for me to have done, to just not get that game. Let's see. I'm trying to like balance the thickness here. You see, the problem is Keaton isn't in it, and if he was, I would buy it day one. But he's not, so unfortunately, Team Ninja's lost my support. I don't know though, like even as far as being a Fate's thought goes, like they didn't even put any like Path of Rage, like Ike isn't in it. Ike isn't in it, why? That just seems baffling to me. Like not even as like a DLC thing, it feels weird. I don't know, like when it comes to like going back to this whole at least how the cutscenes and the presentation kind of pan out, I feel like it's really a mixed bag. Sometimes you're able to avoid the really weird, like, not uncomfortable, because I feel like that describes something else that's not really what I'm trying to get at. I guess awkward. Sometimes you can avoid the more awkward things in Fire Emblem, but Fire Emblem Warriors is just pure concentrated, you know, that, so it's like, ugh. Like, it feels like that's all that's there, and maybe because the cutscenes were all that I watched, but I don't know. Also, the... Hold on, I got a fucking notif. Okay. Also, F-Corn is in it, and M-Corn is only a fucking side unlockable who doesn't show up in the story at all. And that's really lame. Like, Keaton, like, you know, that's a personal thing. That's at least, like, excusable somewhat. I mean, it's not. It's unforgivable. But, you know, you can... that's just me. But as far as M-Corn goes, you think they would maybe... I don't know. I just want my boy. And this is why I've got to fucking do this week in the first place, because nobody else is gonna do it. I don't think this is quite what Gandhi meant when he said, be the change you wish to see in the world. In terms of drawing a bunch of dumb, horny shit of your faves, but, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes unintended consequences. Sometimes you gotta choose your words more carefully, Gandhi. Okay, so where does this reach? About a little bit lower than that. Oh boy. You know, I have like this enormous commission overlay in these Galaxy Gallery streams. Like for me, I'm just working in the Photoshop window, and then OBS puts that feed into like what you guys are seeing. But I've never really like, I don't think anybody has used the stuff there. Like, I feel like it's maybe a bit of a screen waster if nobody's using it, but maybe that's just because whenever I do Galaxy Gallery, at least up until now, I've always like, hold on, I feel like this goes out too much to the side. But whenever I do them, I already have like a project in mind, you know what I mean? And I feel like if I maybe like did a more like, not necessarily impromptu, but a more from scratch Galaxy Gallery that had like warm-ups or something, or like gave people time to like think of something they would want to see drawn, or rather than me just hopping into something that's gonna take the entire duration of the stream, then maybe people will take advantage of that. I don't know. But as far as commissions go, Galaxy Gallery or not, because I mean I did get commissioned before Galaxy Gallery. It's just nobody's used that direct stream link. But after I'm done with all the Keat Week stuff, I do have one more thing to take care of, which is the Donkey Kong Reanimated project, which I'm also planning on streaming the making of, because I haven't done an animation stream yet. Like, check this out, check this out. There's like a red version, also the display thing is gone. There's a red version for Flash projects, but I haven't done anything in Flash, so it's gone unused up until now. But one of these days I'll do an animation stream. I gotta do his eyes too. I was thinking I was done. Not quite. Let me actually, hold on, let me do the eyes on like a separate layer, so that way I can kind of like rig them and move them around independently of the eyes. Because here the way I do it is that the line art is like here, and then this stuff can be moved around, but then like the lines and the hole in the white stays, and it's not quite as versatile as it can be. Sometimes I make them like fully movable, but sometimes I don't, and this is what happens when I don't. I forgot his little scar on his old cheek. Now that's gotta come back right now. There we go. That's a good kitty. Okay, so we got eyes. We're gonna open up a new layer called line art. We're also gonna name this up here line art and face. These are the faces of Kitty. And the thing with that too is that if it's just on this layer, you just have to fill in like what's here. But with this, you have to like go above too and like fill in the holes, what speculatively what the entire eye shape would be. But once the colors kick in, they overlap that and it looks fine. It's honestly not too much extra effort to make a, I don't know if riggable is the right word, but that's what I've been using up until now, so I don't fucking know. Some fucking ravioli eyes. But I don't know, sometimes it's just it's a teensy bit easier to not do it. But this feels like one of the instances where it actually might be necessary to, solely because of how I want the expressions to change, and being able to reuse the eyes between expressions, I feel like would actually save time. Okay. Looks a little wobbly, but I don't know. It's fine. Okay, so that's gotta be the line art. Then we need another layer called pupils. Pupils. Sepicals. Oh boy. Please just give me that slit! There it is. There he is. Guys, Keaton is just cool cat. You ever thought about that? Because he is. I know if Keaton would tell me to look both ways before I cross the street, I would listen. Oh, that's a little bit too thin. I know. I was trying to fucking cheat it with the shift clicks. But it's gotta be a little thicker than that. As it always must be when it comes to Keaton. Okay, a little bit of shift click here and there though. Uh-oh. Hold on now. Oh, this is gonna be a fucking sawing the leg off of a table, off of an uneven table situation. Where I keep fucking fiddling with it and making things worse. I gotta like bring them side by side here so that I can like directly see No, okay, so that's about even now. That ought to do it. Okay, so now that's gonna be pupils. We're gonna switch back to this layer. We're gonna turn off some of these. And this. And this. Okay. I mean, I guess the land art's done. But usually I do this, like, a little bit later. But I feel like doing them first is, like, the first, like... I don't know. It feels like it establishes, like, what I'm trying to go for a little bit earlier and kind of gives me, like, a better idea of whether I like where it's going. If that makes any sense. I don't know. Okay, so then I'm going to crank that to 100, and then shade that lower bit. Okay, so now all of this is like movable within its own thing, and as a group, he can look from side to side. And if we merge the layers and do like this, I mean, it's not done, but if we were to merge the layers once we're done, we could do stuff like this or like whatever if that needs to happen. But it is not yet, so let's leave that for another time. We can also just directly copy the layer style here and port that over to really quickly just bang this out. Because there's really no difference in the technique that I use. Call it cheap, call it lazy, I call it both. And then sparklies. That's gotta go. I'm like looking at this hands, or rather eyes free, so these keyboard shortcuts are somewhat escaping me. Okay, did that do it? Did I do it right? Okay, okay. I might have deleted the sparklies layer in the process, though. That ought to do it! Okay. Now I'll make those boys' eyes shine. See, this is an interesting thing, though, because when you have to have them, like, as full, riggy things like this, you have to push these, also, like, this music just ended, you have to push it up to the top left corner, which is what I usually do here, right? Like, here, it's fine. Can I put the sparklies back on? Yeah. So it goes in the top left, right? That's where I always put them. But it's, like, half-lidded. So you can move them down to make it look good in that circumstance, but then what happens when I make, like, a new face that, like, has different eyelids, and then it's no longer consistent? Like, these can kind of peek past the eyelid, but it's not, like, you know, as shiny as I might hope it to be. In the meantime, though, let me finish these up, and then I'll find some more music to put on. Oh, shit. I know what to do. I know what to do. Hold on. This has been on the mind today, because I was watching Deku finish Bayonetta 2 today. Okay, maybe let's turn this, like, face back off so that we can, like, directly compare how yeah, because, like, the rotation, something about it feels off to me. I gotta change it. I've got a feeling I'm about to run into another sawing the legs off of an uneven table scenario here, as I oft do, apparently. Okay. And this might need to be a little thicker. Not that much. Eh? Maybe a little tighter on this. Sure, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know much about computers. Did someone say thicker? Oh shit, here comes Pac-Man. Okay. So now, here's the tricky part, because, well, maybe it's not as tricky as I initially said. Okay, so first things first, let's just turn all of this off, and create a color layer here. No, not that. A color layer. Wait, did I do? I guess that's a color layer, sure. We'll put that here and just get, let's turn this stuff back off. Just get that and pop that in. I'm gonna show you some cool trickery here to get the desired effect. Oh god, hold on. Every time I draw on Galaxy Gallery and then I draw off of Galaxy Gallery, the location of the pop-ups like change. So right now when I did that expand thing, the window for that shows up on my other display. And I can drag it onto this display and then it'll show up there from now on. But then, you know, once I'm done with Galaxy Gallery and I'm drawing on my own again and I bring up that command, because I usually just draw on the one monitor. I only use the extra one for when I'm streaming. It like appears like kind of in the corner and then I have to like drag it back, but then that resets the positioning and then it's like a whole mess. I just like, and that happens, you know, not just with like if I were to double click this right now, like the layer style sheet just came up on the other screen and I have to drag it here and it'll sit here for the rest of the stream, but when I'm done I have to drag it back. And I just wish there was a way for it to just like remember the positions based on whether or not another display was connected, you know? Cause like it's such like a nothing thing, you know? But it's like when you have to do that for every single window, it's like it gets a little tedious, Adobe. Griff doing some movie magic stuff. This is a little bit of like a thin spot, so let me try something else here. Just like filling this in like entirely now, and then undoing that like so. Ho ho! He is the problem. So how have you guys been doing today? You guys been having a good day? Okay, that should be good enough. Mostly. Although, could stand to be touched up a teensy bit. Just bring it like a little closer to the center of the line, you know what I'm saying? That should do it. Okay, so we'll grab that color and we'll fill. So now he's just gonna be faceless, right? Even if we put this here, it's not gonna look right, right? But this is where the magic comes in. I think. I don't know what I'm doing actually, but we'll figure it out. We cut a hole in here, then we remove this stuff. Actually, I might make this transparent, but then we continue erasing a full. Uh-oh, that's the brush. Also, let's like. This bothers me too, the spacing. I always have to reset this every time I want to like do something different with it. But here's I'm gonna like do the full shape of the eye now. Like now, just not cemented in the line art, but just like through the color layer. Man, I forget how like smooth the frame rate of the brush can be when you're not like operating at 25% or whatever it is. Also, let me grab some music once I'm done with this. So I'll do this, and then on this face layer, I'll like pave back over that with the same color so it looks like seamless. I got baited by heroes getting Carol while I tried summoning for Carla. I haven't been keeping up with Fire Emblem Heroes. What's been up with that? I'm assuming Carla and Kara are like new characters. Well, now what? I gotta grab some more music. This one's only 2 minutes. How can we? I opened stream and I was immediately pulled away. What's up? I was just asking how everybody's day was going. Oh god. Well, hold on. There is the BRB music playlist. Not all hope is lost. Carol is an old character while Carla is a new character. Well, they're both new to me. I don't know. What do we got here? Oh, shit. Gallery from Sonic Generations. Now that's some good Galaxy Gallery music, although it's a little loud. There we go. Okay, so here comes the secret plan. Hold on, hold on. There's a couple more steps to this that I'm kind of ignoring. I'm actually going to name this liner as well, and then put that in a group called face. That's what I'm going to do right now, because there's going to be a couple of different layers involved in this process, and it's going to, considering all the different expressions, I've got the feeling that's going to get jumbled pretty quickly. So for now, I just have to do the hair and also get rid of this face again. But once that's out of the way, then we're definitely for sure, for real, on track to doing what I'm trying to do. Okay. So let's modify expand. You see? It shows up on this display instead, and I gotta drag it over here. What gives, Adobe? Why do I get the edgy brother when I try getting the weirdo sister? Man, everybody in Fire Emblem is a fucking edgy brother or a weirdo sister. That's just how it is on this bitch of an earth. Whoop. There we go. Now this is some chill drawing music. I know there was some stuff from Sonic Unleashed that I was also looking at. I think during the Galaxy Gallery I did with Max, but I don't think I ever put it into like the BRP music playlist, so I might have to go back and search some of those up, because there is like a lot of like cool hub themes that are like great for this sort of atmosphere. So I'm sure those will come up sooner or later. Looking at pictures of Keaton, and he's got some good clothes. Don't he? He's a very stylish idiot. Oh, you know what though? I haven't drawn him in his, Now, if anybody is remotely familiar with Fire Emblem, we're gonna be crucified for this pronunciation. Wolfsegner? Segner? I have no fucking clue how to pronounce what Keaton classes up into. It's something like that. It's like Wolfsegner or Wolfseg. I don't know if the G is silent or not. Hey G, can you make me a sandwich? But it's the thing where he's got like the red and black palette instead of like the... What would I call this? The beige and black palette. But I know last Key Week I threw in a little bit of that here and there too. But I don't think there's anything that I was like... I set out to use that palette with, so... Maybe. I don't know. Oh, now this is gonna be a little strange. Hold on though, hold on. This could be a better idea. His promoted class, simple and easy. But what's it, how, there's got, what's the pronunciation? There's gotta be like a canonical thing. See, in Japan they just call him a Garo and get it over with. Or a Garo, or a Garo. Fuck! See, but here's the thing. Initially, this little carve out that I made, the plan here was to have that just be the same, like the same bit as like this white thing that I just did here. But I think the better way to go about this is to make it like just unique to each face, so then that way I can just like swap it out like masks rather than like garbage. So I'll just fill those holes back in and check that. It's mainly just, you know, because of the way the layers are, but I actually don't have to color this in whatsoever, but I'm choosing to do so. Okay, sure. I don't know. It's gonna get all paved over by eyebrows anyways. Honestly, if there was a canonical pronunciation, Fire Emblem Heroes would have us covered. If he was ever put in, you see, Bob's got the right idea here. Where is he, Intelligent Systems? I know you're hiding those titties somewhere. See, here's the key! Because now I just do this. And actually also this so that I can make up my mind about whether or not I want the colors to be gone or not. Wait a second! But wait a second! Oh, fuck, the mystery deepens. Because the face actually has to be at the top. Because of where the eyebrows are. The eyebrows go on top of the hair. So that whole little mask thing that I proposed is not going to be a viable solution. Man, that's gonna be a tough one. It's still gonna need a color layer, but like, the eyebrows can stay, but everything else has gotta go again. And the eyes go underneath the hair, but the eyebrows go on top. So there's not really any way to like, properly create like a workflow for this. Or at least not one that I'm immediately seeing, but... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back here a little bit. At least as far as the face goes. I'm trying to avoid making like a bunch of layers, but it's starting to feel like that there's not really another solution aside from that. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I gotta BRB. Hold on. Please hold. Oops. Those fucking doggos were at it again. And unfortunately, not mine. Or at least not this doggo. He has done nothing wrong. He is a good boy. I just want my wolf husband on every Fates playthrough I ever do. I mean, it's not as if I'm biased towards Beats units with great color schemes. Well, Keaton is both of those things. Those fucking doggos! Also, I love my little Death Cinnamon Bun with 54 attack with 2 separate Death Blow skills and Auto Attack Wave 3. It's perfectly balanced, I swear. I have a serious problem with Effie Heroes. I don't know. I used to be like vaguely into it, to some degree. I have like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of orbs still saved up for whenever they add Keaton, and then that's when I gotta waste all my rolls. I mean, I do have Corrin. Still don't have Niles, I guess, so I could like try to farm for that, but I'm just fucking waiting for the promised land here. I don't know. I mean, I at least was into Heroes insofar as like doing some of the missions and just like collecting orbs to prepare for that, but like once they started doing like the little girl bride thing, you know what I'm saying, I was just like, fuck it, like why am I here, you know? Like I'm playing this on the assumption that I'm eventually going to enjoy it, but I'm not right now, and now they're just adding in like this creepy pedo shit. Like, nah, I'm not here for that. Like, it's not for me. That is until Keaton comes, because one day he will, and then all will be forgiven. Wait, is Heroes one of those phone games where you roll for characters with rarities? Yeah, it's a gacha game, and then people post their rolls on Twitter, and everyone's very nice and great. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's a gacha game. As far as like the freebies go though, I mean, I'm not super familiar with like other gacha games, but from what I hear, it's fairly generous compared to other ones. So I just fucking go for the freebies. But yeah, that's why I go to collect the orbs, so that I would have enough saved up for when the rolls come along. Because once they add Keaton, it's just you gotta get the lucky roll. Okay, I fucking tried to avoid doing this, but here we are. Here we are, burning. Well, now I've still gotta... God damn it. I think the original strategy here that I set out to do is still, like, the best way to go about this. But I, of course... Well, actually, it's not, because the color layer here still goes above the hair. I need one that goes, like, underneath it. which would be this lantern layer here. I just yellow some because I'm weird. I mean, that's valid. I don't know. I mean, insofar as I don't know why I keep saying insofar rather than just so far, but as far as Keaton getting added goes, I think that might take a backseat to adding in, like, you know, promotional stuff for FE16, because it feels like that's what they're going to focus on, at least in the short term. But who knows? One day. I'm still counting on you. Please come home. Could I merge these two layers? The answer is yes. I think. Yes, the answer is yes, okay. So now we can turn the eyes back on, and then boom. He can look around. He can do that. Hold on. Hold on. God, let me fucking... I gotta find the layer like, before I can commit to this, and I gotta change the brush size. Like, the joke is fucking escaped by now, but... Har har. Ha ha. Funny funny. Okay. That can go now. That can burn. Well, I actually have to do this through undos. Also, the pupil here isn't, like, centered. I have it, like, looking to the side, but I gotta change that. That has to be, like, in the middle of the eye. Funny streamer moments. They might do special maps for FE16 like they did for Warriors. They did stuff for Warriors? Damn, I didn't even realize. I'm gonna move this down a little bit too. Yeah. I'm just trying to, like, get as much of that sparkle shit visible as possible. Oh, yikes. Eh? No, I don't want to use Adobe Finder. Get to heck out of here. And then that goes behind. Whoa, not that behind. And that's just like eye white. I'm spending like a very disproportionate amount of time just trying to get this like face structure right, but I think as far as like the layers go, that's like... It'll be fine for now. And who knows, maybe I won't even decide to do other expressions. Unless I decide to stick with that fucking bust face. Because, like, right now I'm just kind of telling myself, well, I like the idea of other expressions, but what do I want those expressions to be? And I haven't really thought of them. Maybe like a smug one? That could actually... These could all reuse the half-lidded structure, and then just have, like, different mouths and eye positions, because those don't need to you know, grapple with the whole eyebrow layering shit, and the mouths can just be a separate thing, and the face can just be static. Or rather, the eyes can be static. I think that's the way to go about it, because otherwise this is gonna turn into just a bigger and bigger mess. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I do, it's just gonna make a lot of layers that I don't want, because I like being really organized with my layers. You gotta build that fucking foundation of layers before you jump into stuff like that. Oh, whoa, or DreamWorks face? No, don't do DreamWorks face. I don't think I could build a DreamWorks face with the assets that I put together here. Half-lidded is certainly involved in the process, but, like, hold on. Let me get these ears, and then I'll make an attempt at a DreamWorks face. DreamWorks face is like... it's like... I didn't set out to make this Shrek, but it's Shrek now. Just gotta make some room for his brow there. Actually, this is Pumpkin. I take it back, this is Pumpkin. Give me the swamp. I'm very hungry. What does Pumpkin's lower half look like? And I'm not talking about his dick, but just like his legs? Like, is it just like that? Does he have pants? Yo, if a pumpkin wore pants, would he wear them like this? Or like, well, actually, or like this? Like, does it go across that at all? Or like... I'm ashamed to call myself a pumpkin head and I don't even know the lore. There's like, I think this has to move up a little bit. Scar's a little higher up on his face, I think. There we go. Oh no, look at this! We've got like a bunch of overlapping lines here. I think I merged these layers without keeping that in mind. And just when I thought I fucking scoped it all out too. Okay, that's gotta be redone. And I'm assuming there's, yeah, stuff on the other side too. That's a shame. Shouldn't be too hard to go back and fix though. Get out, meat swamp. Give me Fiona. No! I don't want that! There we go. Wait a second, was I using the right shade of black? Yes, I was. Okay, so... let's get like the back of the hair now. I was thinking of doing the ears next, but I think we can save some time here by just doing this instead. And then just have the ears like fill out the negative space. Yeah, if we go about it like this, I think we're gonna be in for a good time. Almost. This is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but okay. That ought to do it! For this half, at least. What do you mean I played right into your trap card? Oh, with the lines, yeah. Well, it was my own trap. I don't know much about computers. Ooh, this is gonna be a tight one. Okay, there we go. I think I found my next unit to make a project out of, but she's such a bad unit. See, but here's the payoff, because if I just do this, and then get the clothes, and then I can just literally just take the gradient and just plop it on the ears, and then it just gets all filled in one go. But now comes the question of whether or not I want to do the beige colors like I did here, or if I want to do the wolf segment colors, if that is indeed how that's pronounced. Nobody fucking knows anything. Everybody pretends to know. One of my favorite weird fucking things to do is just like to go on the Fire Emblem wiki, because like on the homepage they have like these weird auto-playing videos, but it's like the videos are like, you know, wiki articles about Fire Emblem, but it'll like, the things they talk about are very, very mispronounced, even as far as things that like do have canon pronunciations. Like every single time one of those comes up, they butcher the pronunciations so bad. I'm like, they're the wiki! Like, and also, why are they making those videos in the first place? It's like such a weird energy those things have. I can pull them up if you guys want. The question is, do you prefer beige or red? Well, let's try both, because we've got the selection made. So let's see what works. Actually, we'll do it on a separate layer here called beige or red. And that way we can just like pop between a color overlay and we can see what's up. I really dislike wiki autoplay videos. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me go fucking grab this shit. Fire Emblem wiki. What do we got here? I don't know where I found these videos, but like I come across them. Wait, hold on. No, that's Cuphead. Well, there's some videos here. There's a video of Tharja or Rajat. Hold on. Is this video gonna... Oh, I see. Okay, hold on. They don't appear on the homepage, they appear on certain articles. So I think if I go to Corin, I know Corin's is funny. Yeah, okay, he's got a video. Hold on. Hold on, let me grab this. This does not deserve to be full screen, but it's going full screen. Actually, back it up. It does not deserve to go full screen, and so full screen it shall not go, because I can probably put it in a pip window.
Supposedly born to the Hoshidan royal family, and is the child of Mikoto and King Sumeraji. Events leading to Mikoto's death, the Avatar is presented 3 choices: to either fight for Hoshido, to fight for Nor, or to refuse to join either side. If the Avatar decides to fight for Hoshido,
and it's a picture of Robin,
Hoshidan forces, and embarks on a series of journeys. The Avatar eventually finds themselves in a fight against Xander, who reveals
Xander! Yo, here's how Bernie can still win.
It's revealed Garon was controlled.
Garon!
If the Avatar decides to fight for Nor, the Avatar returns to Nor, and King Garon is pleased with their fight, and sends the Avatar to capture Nodur Sagase. Later revealed that King Garon is possessed. Azura tells them this, and the way they need to defeat Garon. Garon is eventually defeated, and Azura goes missing. If the Avatar doesn't choose a side, Xander and Ryoma engage in battle. After a series of battles, the Avatar manages to convince both Hoshido and Nor armies into joining their cause. Once the army...
I feel like these videos are made by an AI. I get the same vibe, honestly. I told you there's like a strange energy to them.
Everyone besides the Avatar and Azura. After defeating Gunter, a traitor, and defeating Anantkos, Hoshido and Nor are at peace with one another. The Avatar is a kind person who cares deeply for the people they love, and will come to the aid of anyone who asks for help. They have white hair and white armor, and wield a white sword. Make sure to check out the Fire Emblem Wiki on Fandom for the latest Fire Emblem facts.
It's so cursed.
Ninian is the daughter of an ice dragon called Aenir.
Oh, we're just gonna autoplay here?
Nergal. She also has a younger brother named Nils. Their mother was kidnapped during the Great War between humans and dragons. Nergal decided to go look for her, but never returned. Ninian and Nils pass the Dragon Gate.
You see, this could be like perfectly fine pronunciation. I wouldn't even know because I don't know a fucking thing about this
Ninian
game.
also keeps her silver ring as a memento.
Okay, this can go now. This can go. It's just gonna keep going. It's worse than the Inigo one. Let me go find the Inigo one. Is this just scripted based on the wiki page? These seem like to be... Hold on. I mean, yeah, I'll just... Here. I mean, there's the link to Corin's page, but let me go find Inigo. Inigo. Well, Inigo doesn't have a page on his... Hold on, let me try Laszlo, maybe. No, there's no video on him either. If you can send it to me, though, I'll show it, because I love that shit. Oh, no, I do have the Sonic Unleashed music here. It sounds like it was just reading the wiki, then read the first few lines of the character description. I mean, that's probably the script, but I don't know. I don't think it's like... I think there's still humans involved in it. I just don't think they know what the hell they're talking about. I don't think they quite have a grip on the latest in Fire Emblem facts. Oh, now this is cozy. Griff, no, don't grab the Inigo one. Well, I tried and I couldn't find it, so it looks like you got your wish. Okay, there we go. The titties have been secured. Okay, so... let me get the rest of the outfit so that I can really, like, decide what I want here. Also... Oh, well, I can't do the fill thing because this is on a separate layer, so it would just bleed out through this and fill the whole frame. I think they're humans, but I think it's like that one dude who reads scripts for money. Like, they just outsource via the Amazon job match thing. Number 15. Corin Fire Emblem. This music is so nice. I always try to start with something that's like relevant to what I'm drawing and stick with that theme throughout, but sooner or later it always drifts over to like Sonic music or some shit. Okay, you know, I said earlier that I like had this memorized, but I actually, as far as this goes, let me grab my 3DS. I just forget how like these little bits are colored. I gotta go grab this. Hold on. I think it's like the same like basic shade of yellow gold that's like used on the. Hold on. I got this. They removed the video on the Inigo one, but oh my god, it's so bad. Oh, I'm sad that I can't find it anymore. Okay, so it's just the same color then. It's just the same color. Okay. Okay! That isn't, but the rest is. So that's not too bad at all. Now it's just a matter of filling in all these gaps. Howdy, how y'all doing? Welcome to the stream, Snoodle. Welcome back. I hate that I fucking slur my speech so much. Cause, like, I feel like that's just like a constantly present thing when I when I talk like this. But like, sometimes it's like, Snoodle. Like, I just fucking say nothing. Snoodoodle. Welcome back. Yeesh. Welcome to fucking Griffin has a stroke the stream. You can still find it on a certain shitposters page. As in yours? Did you tweet it or something? He made a vid on it 3 weeks ago, but OMG, it's so bad just listening through it again. If you whisper it to me, I can pull it up, but I'm not sure where you're going with this. Okay, so as it turns out, there's a couple colors here that actually I can't simply jack from the PSD that I've got open here, so I might have to open up some even older stuff to dig that out. Looking good so far, though. Okay, so let's see. You can just say doodle if that's... No, it's totally just on my end. I fucking slur everything, whether or not it's hard to say. Okay. Fingers crossed there's no dick. Let's see. That one might have a dick. This one shouldn't. In before banned from Twitch. Okay, I got the colors here, God, this is such a fucking game of Russian roulette. Opening these PSDs! Oh, there's the color. Also, my lord, that is some bulge. I was actually thinking of increasing it, come to think of it. Oh, we have received a link? Okay, hold on. Let me finish coloring this junk in, and not that junk, but you know the junk. And I'll pull that up. Oh my god, please. Okay, and then boop, and boop. Great. Okay, so I'll save that. I'll turn off the Sonic Unleashed music for a sec. But dicks aren't bad. Fucking tell that to Twitch. Okay, so that was sent in a Twitter DM, so let me open that up. Why are there posts about gamer pride on my timeline? Okay. Who made this? Who made this? This is a video called Who Made This? Let me put this in a pip window.
Inigo is Lucia's son from the future.
What now?
What?
Is Lucia's son from the future.
Lucia?
Lucia's son from the future?
Is Lucia's son from the future.
Who the fuck is Lucia?
Oh, they mean Lucina!
Or Morgan.
Lucina?
Of Lucina.
Wait a minute, didn't you just say that?
Inigo is Lucia's son from the future.
Oh, they went from Lucia to Lucina?
First of all, he's not the son of Lucina.
Of Lucina.
Second of all, how can he both be the son of Lucina from the future and the sibling of Lucina?
Is Lucia's son from the future. The sibling of Lucina.
Who made this?
Depending on who Olivia married. Chrome or the Avatar.
Chrome? Really?
Did he say Chrome?
Or the Avatar. Chrome, Chrome, Chrome.
Oh my
Stop.
god!
Damn! No! Is this a troll? This video wasn't made by a human, right?
Much like his mother, he is meek and shy.
Yeah, okay, that's true, I guess.
Olivia thought that talking to girls would help him overcome this. But unfortunately, it merely made him a Casanova.
A Casanova, you know, that character in Fire Emblem.
He wishes to become a dancer and is tutored in the art by his mother. Before she can
I'm just like, I've stopped drawing. I'm watching this
Why
in
are you
shocked
playing
fascination.
silly music while talking about how his mother died.
He continued learning the dance with an improvised ending in front of her grave. He joins the
Lucia again.
and
Oh
others
my
in their quest to
God.
go back and fix the past. He is reunited with his mom and Chrome,
Damn!
his potential father, while battling bandits in order to win a village girl's affections. He becomes very flustered in front of Olivia.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, this stuff is from Fates now, and that's Laszlo's portrait, not
Why are they
Inigo's.
showing footage of Laszlo while talking about
Yeah,
Inigo
yeah.
and Awakening? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I recognize that background. Inigo is a young, slender man,
Oh!
in teens. He has short gray hair and brown eyes. Though depending on his father in Awakening, French. He wears
His potential father, while battling bandits
They
in order
fucking
to win
stole
a village girl's
gold of color.
Well, that only deepens the mystery because where the fuck did this come from?
dancing
His gloves.
skills.
Motherfucker.
Is Lucia's son from the future.
Did they just use footage from my motherfucking Inigo spotlight?
It's his video?
Chrome or the Avatar.
I don't even know what to say.
Lucia's son from the future.
Okay, first of all, who made this?
Sibling of Lucina.
Let's just watch the rest of the thing, shall we?
When Olivia eventually sees his version of her dance, she's delighted. Promises to teach
This is
him her
fascinating.
much later.
Much later.
Inigo is known as Laszlo, subordinate of Xander's. This happened due to Xander sparring with him and being impressed by his skill.
Why are we showing footage of Inigo talking to Robin in the hot spring while talking about how Laszlo became the retainer of Xander?
Inigo may end up fathering a
Well,
daughter
to be
named
fair,
Janetta.
he pronounced it
Yeah, I've
Sander
heard
too.
pronunciations of that name.
He can also
I always say it with like a Z sound, like a
Also
Xander.
marry like
Is
a lot
it?
of
Is
other
it
humans
Sander?
in that game.
and father
Fucking
Morgan,
Bernie
his
Xander.
sibling himself.
That's Awakening. Why are we... You realize that this is two different games, right?
Other potential children of Inigo include Kana and Shigor.
Of course.
Shigor!
Kane and Shigura in Awakening.
Want to know more about Inigo? Check out the Fire Emblem Wiki.
No thank you.
Chrome, Chrome, Chrome.
Okay, so... I'm fine with people using footage from my spotlight. That's absolutely fine. I stayed in my trailer that anyone can use my footage. So that's not really my issue here. But person who made this video, since you clearly watched my video,
I think it's like the same narrator too, from the video that I was sharing earlier.
do you even play Fire Emblem?
Oh, the video ended. I thought that it just like freezed on the close up. Okay, let me go put the music back on. It's pronounced with an X, but Mangs uses an S due to his Norwegian accent. Also, somebody, and by somebody I mean me, needs to eventually make a fucking Bernie Sanders fucking shitpost. Guys, here's how Garon can still win. Oh, that was good. thank you for that, Bob Master. So we're almost about done getting the flats here, and then I'll see if I want to... I can do like a color overlay, because this is all on its own layer, so I can just pop that into whatever color I want. I regret sending that because, my god, it's so bad. Oh no, I live for shit like that, by all means. Don't feel afraid to send me more. That's my fucking lifeblood. Ah, oh, this is some good noodling. You know, come to think of it, like, outside of, like, I didn't even know that there was such a thing as, like, Fire Emblem YouTubers. Like, how... Let me open that up again. Is that, like, a big channel at all? 49K, not bad. It's, like, 49,000 times more than I have. I don't know, are there like any fucking like people in that community you'd recommend? Because I feel like I want to get along with like any of them. Because, you know, everybody who likes Fire Emblem hates Fates. That's just how it is. My knowledge on FE as a series has expanded thanks to his video. Is good. Lucina. I know nothing else about the series, but this is indeed an improvement. Besides watching Griff play, obviously. You know, for a second I'm like, wait, what? What? From watching you play? I mean, I'm drawing, but like... And then I realized I'm like in the middle of like a fucking 14-part playthrough of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I'm like, oh yeah, that. It just like completely fucking escaped me. Okay, this should be, well, the tail too, but we're getting there. Looking clean, my boy. Eh? This cannot stand. Let's see, this would be the underside, so this inner bit would be white, and then the outer bit would be... I hear game theory is pretty good. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory! I don't think he's touched Fire Emblem, thankfully. That's not the kind of thing that gets fucking 9-year-olds' attention. That's not gonna... Videos about Fire Emblem aren't gonna make people buy Game Theory backpacks, which, by the way, are real merch that he sells. And also, Game Theory branded fidget spinners. This is true. You can look it up. He sells Game Theory... I'm not fucking with you. That both of those are real items that he sells. But it's a different demographic. Now, if it was 5 Nights at Freddy's, on the other hand, well, then you've got trouble. I feel so bad for anybody who, like, genuinely tries to be in that fandom because of just, like, how the demographic has shifted. And that's not, like, you know, more power to fucking babies who, you know, like, it's not their fault, it's just how content creators kind of pivot to face that child audience, despite the source material being like not child friendly at all. If that makes sense at all, I don't know. MatPat's like the fucking mummy from Chibi Robo. Everything he touches just dies, including the Pope. Okay, there we go. Put the knife down, Griff. I grew up dating everyone on Harvest Moon instead of on the battlefield. Yo, that's woke. I mean, some of the FE YouTubers are usually shitposters, but they have normal Let's Plays and whatnot. Lucina headcanon. They can throw tomahawks when in the presence of nonsense. They target them because they are one of the most active user groups. I hope Griff wasn't serious about watching those types of vids. Because I just found one on Robin. In terms of like the fucking... the butchered wiki videos? No, please. I was very serious about that. I love that. But before I do, there is one good Fire Emblem shitpost that I do like very much, and I'm going to share it with you right now. This one's going in full screen. Let's see, I believe it's called... Oh, Cat Bite Consequences. Fun. I know it's in my favorites, so let me go find that from there, because I'm not finding it in like the search results. Yeah, I can't get a fucking, man, there's like a lot of removed and private videos in this list. That's unfortunate. Let's see. I might have to do a little bit of scrolling here because it's very far back. I wonder if this video, like, is one of these deleted... Nope, found it. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is good content. This is good content.
If I ever bite you, it's out of love, okay?
God damn it. Okay. Well, that wraps up the colors now, so let's go back to... No, this is good nip. I think this is actually the same red that I used for the Wolfsinger thing, so I'll just rip that. I think it's all just fucking Apple Watch red. Okay, so now we do a color overlay on this, and we've got all the secrets. Oh shit, that does look pretty clean. Which one do you guys like better? Vote now on your phones. And then in the meantime, I'll... Actually, hold on. Here's the... No, you know what? Okay. I'll do the ears manually while I wait for a response, because it's too late. I feel the red is too bright. Gray over red, in my opinion. Dark red could be good. Yeah, canonically, Keaton's Wolfsinger palette is a darker red, so I could go for that. I just like it brighter because I'm fucking gay. Okay, so let's get those ears whitened up. There and there. Okay. Let's try that. Yeah, they almost like outshine his eyes, don't they? Let's try that. Let's try that. Maybe like a little purpler too. Maybe something like that. He looks kind of like a vampire now. What do you guys think about that? I think the red pops more, but the beige looks soft on the image overall. Uh-oh. We've got another wiki link. Oh shit, Bob Master's making a meme for me? Okay, well, while I go pull that up, Do you like this or the beige more? Does that improve your thoughts at all? I'll toggle that a couple more times and then check my DMs. Okay, what do we got here? Uh-oh. Okay, well, this is by Bob Master. And they're right, that is me. And it is some good shit. Thank you for the good submission. I guess we're looking at art early tonight, folks. Let's see. That red is nice, but the beige has a nice softness to the pick. I like this, but I still like the beige more. Red as a background could look cool. I think the red looks nice. Both looks nice, to be honest. Okay. Well, in the meantime, we've got a video on the Avatar, so let's pull that up. This is from Awakening this time, rather than from Fates.
Avatar is one of 3 main protagonists of the game. In the prelude before the game starts, Avatar becomes possessed by Grima.
Okay.
And
This is definitely somebody's, like, Let's
eventually,
Play
the
here.
Avatar develops amnesia, and Grima's hold is weakened. In the game, Avatar meets Aladar and learns that the Avatar is the descendant of a long line
Let me
of
try
female
that,
leaders.
using it as, like, a
And how
background.
the Avatar's
Let's see if that
mother
works.
Took them and fled to Plegia. After taking
Plegia?
and engaging in a fight with
Honestly,
Aladar,
I've never played Awakening, so I can't fucking dunk on the pronunciations like I could before. Maybe it is pronounced Plegia.
Avatar possesses the heart of Grima. After taking down Valadar, Grima appears and explains that the Avatar must kill him, but lose its own life in the process. The Avatar has a choice to either kill Grima with their own hand, or let Crom defeat Grima.
Hey, they said Crom this time.
The Avatar either disappears and is reborn again, free of Grima, or Grima falls into temporary slumber, and the Avatar
That could
goes
be
out to live
okay.
out their days.
I already used like a
Avatar's
dark red
personality
for
is
the other one
covered in
though, so I don't know.
But they are an avid reader of books and a great fighter.
I used it
with
here.
unparalleled skill in
Although
war.
I like.
The Avatar's
Let me go
appearance
back. Let me
typically
undo
features
this and
white
then just like
with
do
black
that
robes and a purple color scheme.
because I
Make
think
sure
that
to
could
check out
work.
the Fire Emblem Wiki on Fandom for the latest Fire Emblem facts.
Did he say Crema or Greena?
In ancient times, the continent of Valentia was
What the
ruled
fuck am
by
I looking
2
at now?
wrestling gods.
This fucking autoplay.
Through a divine accord,
Through a divine accord. Is that like a trailer for the game, or is that like just the narrator being really extra? Okay, come back, Sonic Unleashed. You can come home. Okay. Cream and cheese. There we go. Alright, now it's time to hop into the shading. Or is it? Well, I just gotta lower the tolerance, that's all. That's better. That man was Myson, who was narrating a trailer for FE Echoes Shadows of Valentia. But are they like from the game, or are they like another like... For more Fire Emblem facts, check out fireemblem.wikia.com. I don't even know if that's the URL. I play way too much Fire Emblem. Well, someone's got to, because I'm apparently a fucking fake fan. Myson is from the game. Okay. Okay, so let's blast this up to 100. And, uh-oh, it's inverted. There we go. Man, that first swoop that kind of just lets the bangs kind of cast over the eyes, that's like the immediate, like, moment where you see how much the shading adds. It's so good. Oh, I'm already gonna have to start, like, juggling with a couple layers here, though. There we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that works. They took my face! Well, not really. The hole for the eyes are still there. Yeah, hold on. Before I go any further, once Griff adds shading, he's already heading towards Flavor Town. I'm not sure what kind of flavor we're talking here, but I'm assuming that's a good thing. It is coupled with a Kappa Pride emote, so I think it's accurate. Yeah, I'm gonna, like, use the mouths on a separate layer because of the way the shading's gonna be, like, different. And then I'm also gonna... Well... No. Because I can do that. The eyebrows are still, like, variable elements, so I might... I'll fiddle with that more once, like, the shading and the gradient stuff kicks in, because that stuff I'm gonna have to deal with later. So I can't merge that quite yet. But I can. That's the shading layer. Mouth A, and so on. Because you know what? What else would be a really easy one to go with? A fucking gay-ass smirk. In the form of mouth B. You just turn that frown upside down. Maybe a little bit of teeth in there. I mean, that's the general idea, but I think I might have to touch this up a little bit more. Something along those lines. This is very rough. This is what happens when I line loosely and I have no fucking guide. No, he looks like a fucking mouse. Okay, let's... It's just gotta be, like, properly proportioned to the rest of the face. So I gotta, like, draw it up here. Now it just looks like Garfield. But now that it's like that, I can move it down, and I'm looking at, like, both the eyes and the mouth at the same time. And then maybe that'll be better? Not really. Not really. Unless it, like, moves further down, but now I think it's, like, too big. Yeah, no. I honestly might have been having, like, better luck just doing it like this. And maybe move it up a little bit. I don't know. There's potential here, but I'm just not fucking realizing it. Yeah, that's not good at all. But, no, go away, Feather. Thank you. Well, we'll come back to that later. We gotta focus on the shading for now. This is gonna be an interesting little dealio to shade, though. I think I'm sleeping funny because I woke up and my hands are on the pain train. I can't draw my dumb gay fish like this. Well, I don't know, you were talking about your hands hurting earlier, Snoodoodle, mate. Like, I don't know how often you're drawing, but like, or like, you know, what wrist techniques you're using, but it might just be that you're overworking yourself, I don't know. Because it sounds like it might be a chronic thing. But that's just like a complete guess, because I've honestly had nights too, I've just like slept on my wrist funny, and then it just like stings throughout the rest of the day. I don't know. Take it easy. Either way. Yeah, that's the good shit. There's that depth I crave. I'll sleep with my arms noodled around my body to spite you. Well, don't do that. That's mean. To both me and your wrists. Man, I would have no clue where to find it, but someone made like a really good like Splatoon themed wrist exercise thing, and it's very valid. I don't know what I'm doing because I've not drawn in a while. I mean, sounds like it might be your own little theory about sleeping on it weird. Because that's totally possible, as I said before. Also, I might switch the music to like some other Sonic Unleashed shit. Spagonia Day. This is valid! Okay, I guess we're sticking with this. This is nice. What the fuck? How come nobody ever talks about this OST? No, Doc. Wrong side. I'm a snoodoodle, not a snoo-noodle. Yo, Noodle from Snake Pass? Hold on, I've got a noodle here. Yeah, I drew a thing from Mike from forever ago. I made a Snake Pass thing. So there's that. Noodle's a good boy. Nobody ever talks about that either, but he's valid too. Yeah, that's from like... How old is that? Let me go look at that again. I don't think I can get info from the open page, but I'm sure it's old. That game was cute. I wish I played it. Well, I streamed it, if that's any consolation. Available now on the full Galaxy. But I mean, it's still on the eShop. Honestly, I think now's the best time to give that game a shot, because when it launched, it was very buggy, but the most recent build is very stable, both in terms of frame rate and in the HD rumble not shitting the bed. That slightly terrified me because I was looking at my phone and I only looked up for like a split second. No Switch? It's available on PC and stuff too. It's not an exclusive. It's on like every console, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely on PC. I know that. I could do PC, but I don't have the time, TBH. That's fair. Sometimes it'd be like that. It's that kind of thing that makes me appreciate like what the Switch is, though, because I mean, as far as like that whole concept, one aspect of it that it addresses that I feel like people don't really talk about is that it's giving people who don't really have time for games a chance to still like engage with them. You know what I mean? Like I have like plenty of friends who are certainly, you know, doing a lot more with their lives than I am, and they're like, well, you know, I'm still interested in it, but, you know, I just never have time because I'm so busy, and I just can't dedicate that kind of time to just plonking down in front of a couch and just sinking time solely into that. But the prospect of not only just, like, being able to take it with you, but just, like, the fast boot times and being able to just, like, wake it up and turn it off and just, like, have really small bursts of gameplay but still be able to make progress, that's really special to a lot of people. I don't know, the Switch is cool. Heard the later levels get pretty long too. If you're going for all the collectibles, yeah. It took me like 4 2-hour streams, I think. So, you know, 8 hours for me to stream 100%. But you can definitely get it done quicker if you're not going for all the collectibles. Man, I don't know what key I'm like accidentally pressing to do this, but every now and again I trigger like this one of these boxes up here. I think it's like the feather one. It's like feather, yeah. It's something I'm doing is like activating the text field up there, and I never end up wanting to do it. I have a bad habit of binge playing games like Harvest Moon and Tales of Symphonia on PC. Both games for all my cute idiot cravings. Harvest Moon I'm familiar with, but Tales of Symphonia less so. I know I had a friend who was really into it though. And they tried to teach me to draw anime in fucking elementary school. I'm telling you right now, it did not work. I don't know. Sometimes I wish I mean, I was talking about kind of doing a test thing to see if I could, like, try to replicate the Fire Emblem art style, but, like, I feel like sometimes I've painted myself into a corner with the art style that I've kind of gotten used to, with, like, the big oval eyes and whatnot. I'm trying to get into a game I binge played a ton was Awakening and Fates. I'm trying to get into Echoes and it's a struggle. Also sometimes Splatoon 2, but I need to charge my stuff to play that. Man, the Octo expansion was really good. Hold on. Speaking of, this is a thing I started working on the other day, because I love the new armor. That beautiful midriff bearing armor. Don't know if I'm gonna get the chance to work on it tonight, but I want to do like a Splatoon-themed art stream one of these days, where I work on that. But in the meantime, you know, there's no deadline on that, but as far as Key Week goes, it is very urgent. You can always try something new. One day. I'm not saying that I can't, or, you know, it's just that, like, as far as what I'm already good at, it's like a very limited range. That's what I'm kind of getting at, is that I need to expand. we gotta go about this? Let me do the other side first. But I already selected all of this. I see. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like something that I especially struggle with is that things can look kind of same-facey sometimes. And I'd like to have like more diversity in how I draw faces, because it feels like I always do the same fucking process. Like, there's definitely always slight differences, but you know, they're not super unique. Like, if you look to this, like, you could probably swap these faces around. And, you know, if you ignore, like, maybe, like, tiny variations in the shape of the chin and, like, the way the eyelashes and eyebrows are, you've pretty much got the same face going here. So that's a shame. That work in progress is cute, holy tits. Do you mean this, or the Splatoon thing that I just showed? Because this is done. This is what I did last Galaxy Gallery. That's what the finished version looks like. I'm just using it so that I can, like, get the colors from it. Because I already have them all here. This can probably go now, because I have the colors that I need for this. Give me, all of the above? Well, speaking of cute as tits, I mean, you could be talking about this one. Okay. Sometimes I try drawing overly simplified versions, so I don't end up relying on muscle memory with drawing faces. Yeah, I mean, that's just some more stuff that I gotta just learn to experiment with, that I'm just currently not doing. It's not impossible. My art definitely used to look a lot different before I decided to develop in this direction, but... Back when I drew more, I'd do an exercise where I just made things from certain shapes, like ovals, triangles, squares, and tried to do the whole thing from those. I mean, in terms of like how I do bodies, like if I back this all up, if I get rid of all the clean layers here, and just turn on the rough, you can kind of see how that's like constructed, like how all the, I mean, there's more that I probably haven't turned on. Like this, you can kind of see how that's like all built. But faces, I mean, the bodies, I feel like I don't need to that much growth. I'm kind of still. I mean, there's still improvement to be made, but it's not like, you know, that doesn't feel stale to me as much as the faces do. Body diversity, I'm a little better at than face diversity. Although, even then, there's only two types, and it is Twink and Keaton. It's a pursued interest. You get what you put in. Certainly. Yeah, absolutely. Tiny cactus screeching. Not sure what the context for that is, but you know, big mood. No, I have colors for that. Boom, there's the shade. This is what happens when I don't have the touch bar anymore. I gotta do shit like this. How long has this track been going? I might switch it soon. Yeah, about 15 minutes. That's how that's how long the last one was going. What other town themes do we have here? What do we got here? I'm seeing like a lot of... Wait, this might be a town theme. Oh, I know this one, but this isn't quite what I was looking for. There's one that I'm thinking of. I think it's Shamar. I think this one slaps. This is the one. It's not as chill, but this I remember this hub theme. I remember this slapping. So I'll put that on for a little bit. Again, why does nobody talk about this OST? Because it's really good. Oh, fuck. Man, remember when even oh man, you know when you had to you wanted to do it so bad you could do anything. Remember when even if a Sonic game was bad, the music was guaranteed to slap? Because as far as Forces goes, that was not the case. That's very disappointing. This is a fucking banger. Okay. What else we got here in terms of actually chill shit, though? This maybe? Oh, this is chill. Okay. Oh, hold on. There's been a lot going on in chat that I haven't been keeping up with. Okay, kids. Let's see. Talent only goes so far if you don't practice often. Talent kinda isn't real. It's usually just early life practice. Talent. What is this magical thing you speak of? I'm joking, I can't draw because I'm very impatient. Thing is, some people see drawing or writing as a hobby, and don't really see it as working on something, so they practice more unintentionally proving their craft. Snoo, I'm going to hit you with a wet noodle. What the fuck is a snoo? Use a snoo. Kappa. I snooze. Wait, hold on. Isn't Snoo the Reddit mascot? Anyways. Snooze doodle. But I can't use a snooze to stay warm. Then what do you use? Use a snooze V good. Can't use a snood though. Yo, send snoods? I gotta go because of work tomorrow. Good luck with the rest of the drawing. Alright, have a good night, Tammy. Thanks for stopping by as always. Y'all ever heard of bulges? Also, I just realized that I used the same... Hold on, I gotta move this again. I just realized that I used the same fucking... Hold on. I just did the thing. Well, why did it turn into a gradient? Oh, I think it's because of the fucking blending thing that I have on for transformations. Oh well, I tried. I was gonna edit it, but who fucking cares? Y'all ever heard of our Lord and Savior, Thick Thigh M. Corn, the only true M. Corn? Oh shit, yeah, speaking of that, yeah, this was a thing I did the other day, because I was happy that Corn's in Smash, so, you know, I gave him those glorious thigh windows. I don't know, that's all I have to say on the matter. I was thinking of doing a Galaxy Gallery for that, but, like, I just tried to get through it as quickly as possible because I know that Geek Week is taking priority here. And I guess the same goes for the Inkling thing, too. I faved that shit so quick. M. Corn with the F. Corn thigh windows is really the fucking supreme thing. It's a quality. Thighs are nice, warm leggies. Guys, legs are great. You ever think about that? Uh-oh. That's not quite right. There we go. Y'all ever heard of legs? I want Reaper from Overwatch to crush me with his thighs. Interesting choice, to say the least. I'm not really an Overwatch head, so I don't know what's what. I want Eggman to sit on me. Why do I even bother to look at chat anymore? Well, the fact that a friend and I are so gay for Reaper that we made an entire AU about it. God, I wish I had fucking friends to gush about Keaton with. Because right now I just do it at them and then they're like, yeah, okay. But like, fucking drilling deep into headcanons and shit, that's what I crave. Also, I need to give the bulge itself more definition, rather than it being flatly shaded. Like so. we go. Now that's a bulge. I guess. Not really, but okay. The gradient will make it look better. Griff, you have me, even though I'm not really a friend. That's true. You guys are so valid. Every single one of you. Thanks again for the fic, by the way. I don't think I ever thanked you for that on stream, but that was very good. Yarn and Keaton were my crushes in Awakening and Fates. Again, never played Awakening, but as far as the visual aspect goes, I never really got into Yarn. But I could definitely see where there may be a pattern here. You did say a moment ago that you were really into Beast Unit characters, so that up. You see, I guess that's what my interest in FE16 fixates on, is whether or not that Beast Units are handsome. Gay babies gushing about characters is a constant mood. God, I wish that were me. I try my best. I try to commission good shit of my boys. I try to, or at least I used to back when I had disposable money like that. And I do Keat Week. I don't know. I'm hoping that as the week draws closer, I'm gonna maybe get like a bunch of surprise submissions from people who also happen to like Keaton and M-Coin. But I don't know, that's never really happened in the past, so we'll have to see. Imagine it if FE16 baited us and gave us no beast characters. Oh, don't jinx it. I'm sending these messages from Gay Baby Jail. Yo, boss baby? Hey, so this is a very cursed thing to bring up, but what's been going on with Voltron? I know it was like a big thing that happened recently. I used to watch that, like the first season of that, but I fell out of it after the fan base turned into the worst thing anybody could ever possibly witness. But like, aren't they on the 6th season now? When did that show start? Because it's only been like 2 years and they've done like 6 seasons. The fuck is up with that? He's not real, Griffin. Boss Baby is only a myth. I never watched Voltron, so I don't know. You've fucking saved yourself on that one. I kind of was okay with it, but I think the fandom was fucking bananas. There is constantly drama going on with that fandom, and I'm not touching it with a fucking 10-foot pole anymore. June 10th, 2016. It came out on June 10th, 2016, and there's already been 3 seasons per year? That's so crazy. Especially for animation, like fucking Steven Universe is taking forever, and that's like on a network, and then this fucking Netflix whatever show is getting like 3 seasons a year. Oh, speaking of Steven Universe, we are getting a new bomb, so... Tumblr keeps fucking showing me gifs from it. It looks neat, but like, leave me alone, maybe? Yeah, it's like made from the same people that I believe it's the same people that did like Korra and Last Airbender and stuff, but which I've also never watched. Again, I'm not really an anime boy, you know, except for my love of Keaton. But if you're not familiar with it, it's like a space adventure show. The drama that goes on in it mainly revolves around like people it's pretty much just shipping discourse. That's it. Like, there's this, you know, I guess like this, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess this like maybe like rebellious twink dude name of Keith, and everybody wants to ship him with everybody. But the thing is, he's, I believe, well, okay, at the time, it was said that he was underage, and so people were like shipping him with adults and like sexualizing him and shit. So it was like really weird. And like people got like really, really fucking serious about this shit. Like they were like, I remember at one point, I think someone like obtained leaked episodes of the show or like leaked scripts or something, and they threatened to leak them. But they like held it for ransom, and their condition for not leaking the whole season or whatever was if their particular ship that they were gunning for was made canon. And it's like the kind of shit that fandom comes up with in terms of like drama is like unbelievable. It's crazy. I mean, I get spammed Detroit Become Human Dude or a friend on Tumblr. I've been seeing a lot of that too. I'm not feeling it. David Cage is a fucking dumbass clown who doesn't deserve any of this sort of attention. And it's weird to see people treat it like, you know, oh, just another cute whatever, but it's like, hey, that's maybe kind of bad? Kind of problematic, TM? You know, hold on. There's a really good clip of, let's see, Detroit Become Human. It's like a clip from like a podcast or a talk or something like that. Is it this? I think it is this. I think this is.
Welcome everybody to episode 0 of Detroit.
Oh, yeah, this is episode 0 of Detroit. There may
You
be
thought this was a podcast.
there may be episode 0.1.
This is a 22-minute video, but it's very good.
And you were right.
Well,
It is.
0.0 was at.
If this is what I'm thinking of,
This is my favorite thing.
And the reason why it starts now, ladies and
let me like skip through this a little bit.
gentlemen,
Why is that?
is because David Cage has decided it starts now. He's given us material
Oh, okay.
before the game even
this
comes
I think
out.
this is the video I was talking about
We're
then,
going to
yeah.
do our sealed envelope podcast or video in which we try and predict the entire game's events.
This is long before we have our bingo cards laid out.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
This is simply reading what the
direct
fuck
quotes.
is coming out of this guy's mouth.
Yes.
So let's start off with David Cage doing an interview and Polygon writing this. Actually, I saw this in the form of tweets before Polygon
Really?
caught on to this.
Yeah.
I saw someone tweet out the
different
screenshots
quotes and
side
shit,
by
yeah.
side.
So it sounded like around E3 just gave out a bunch of interviews, and the main thing
Sat
was
down, did the basic pressers.
Now, I want to point out, even before this, pre-episode 0, I remember we talked about it on the podcast in which David Cage talked about how this may be a story about androids, you know, kind of like Blade Runner, but unlike Blade Runner, it's the humans that are evil, and it's about the... And everyone in the world's response was, did you fucking watch Blade Runner?
Maybe he watched one of those weird cuts that frames it in a different way.
Right? So that was the very first moment that... Wait, what? What? And
Right.
here we are now.
So, let's take
Honestly, I'll
it
stay in my lane of writing fanfic about
Basically,
Keaton
after
and basically
sitting
being a
down,
Reaper skin on Discord.
with-
I mean, hey,
who was this first
I'm not
interview?
gonna stop you for
Polygon.
sure
This
if you
first
want to keep
interview
going with that.
was with Polygon. He basically implied, he said this: "We put out a lot of passion and we're honest and sincere, but it's nothing compared to the real issues of real people in the real world. We try to be aware of that, and we want to be respectful of real things.
Uh-huh.
It's important to leave tired tropes of video games behind." Cage used to argue.
Very important.
There should be more people trying this. Don't write about being a rookie soldier in World War II because you don't have a clue what that's like.
All right, now, right before you even continue, Medal of Honor, when those games became popular, they brought in all the same vets and shit that they brought, like Captain Dale, Dale, that they would then later use as consultants for fucking what's it called? Saving Private Ryan and Band of Brothers and all that. You know, people who were in World War II. Yeah. And they said, hey, what was it like to be in World War II? Because we want to help people understand that.
How
and
about
even
that?
for the generic PS1 shooter.
Yeah.
Right? So that may be the most nonsensical view from the premise of, like, all art, all works of fiction. Don't write about it unless you've personally experienced it, because you could never know. Well, what if I talk to people that it happened to, David?
You'll never really know. Wait. Like, right before you, like, on the tail end of that, when you said that he watched Blade Runner and everyone asked, did you watch actually Blade Runner? This is like, do you know how games are developed? Like, do you actually know?
Are you saying
Because most video
Are you
games-
saying that every military film of all time was developed in a vacuum
Yeah.
without any input
Any
from anyone in the
consultation,
military
yeah.
or era or conflict or
Hey, man.
crazy things to say?
So
Hey, man.
this is
David's just trying to ask you a simple question.
All right.
All right? He just wants to ask you to make games where you talk about your life, your emotions, the people around you, what you like and what you hate. This is how the industry makes a huge step forward.
Right.
I'm fed up with Space Marines.
Now I'm gonna, and the article goes on to point out what just popped into my head. Oh, so you have experience being an enslaved android, then, David?
Perhaps you have experience being a cyborg AI vampire demon man.
read the line right after that, because the article.
Detroit is a game about, and let me check my notes here, androids? That's deeper than Space Marines, right? But the story is definitely about androids, and
David,
that's it.
which
David,
everyone has experience.
Do you have
being.
experience being forced to murder somebody at random due to a mystical power?
All right, Gear 2. We're moving up a little faster
All
now.
right, let's go.
Not
The
even
story
main
I'm
subject.
telling is really about androids, Cage told Kotaku at this year's E3. They're discovering emotions and wanting to be free. If people want to see the parallels with this or that, that's fine with me. But my story is about androids who want to be
Now,
free.
That's
when
a really good
when
statement.
we saw,
actually.
I think it might have been in the podcast or it might have been when the fucking game got announced. I remember going, and the point that I said, it's like android fiction. All android fiction is a slavery metaphor. It is a one-to-one theme.
Because it's the only thing it could be.
It is what it is, and it is supposed to be slavery with a completely non-human form of life, but it looks human, so it makes you feel confused, right? And I remember thinking, I don't think David Cage has the writing chops to tackle
Why?
a fucking thing like non-human slavery. I don't
But-
think that's
but-
a fucking topic. It's a pretty delicate topic that needs some nuance.
But it's a PR statement. That's an answer to a question that I'm like, fine. That's if when he says if you want to create your own parallels, you can. There's something to be said about just putting that out there and letting people do it, right? And if that was the end of the story, there'd be not that much to say.
There'd be not that much to
Unfortunately,
say.
There's much big more
So
to the
let's
story.
gear up to the next one.
Gear 3, shall we? But it's an interesting question we wanted to ask the player in this scene. What do you think is right to do when you fight for your rights? I didn't want to provide an answer. This is something that's so important to me. I didn't want to deliver a message to mankind with this game. I just want to ask questions. That's fine. Just ask questions.
I disagree entirely. I think the idea that a creative force behind a writing project saying I have no message with my work is the saddest thing in the world. I think that is depressing. The idea that you would write an album or write a fucking comedy bit or you'd write a fucking TV show or a story and go, my work has no value. My work has no message to impart in the world.
Have you not seen Transformers films?
If you decide to tackle a topic where you say, I don't have the answers,
That's fine.
I respect that.
I just want to poke at you in certain ways that makes you think and makes you.
But that's what that
that's
statement-
a message, David. That you.
Okay. Story I'm really telling is about androids. I didn't want to just deliver the message to mankind with this game. I just want to ask questions. Great.
All right, now
That's
let's
still consistent with his previous
now let's
statement.
gear up to Gear 4.
People will see it as, oh, this is about androids and the revolution. And I honestly don't think this is the story I wrote, Cage told The Verge. This is a game about us, humans. It's about what it means to be human. It's about identity. It's about civil
But I
rights.
thought you weren't saying anything with your message, and I thought it wasn't. You were just
It's
asking.
very
Gear 5, there is no big message to humanity in this game, Cage also told The Verge. The same people he was interviewed where he said
previous.
it's just interesting questions that may resonate with your own personal values and just confront you with the consequences of your actions. What the fuck
Now,
is this game
now,
about?
I don't particularly care for Polygon, but the giant bullet point underneath that summary is exactly how I feel. There's no such thing as neutrality. You can't tell people that your game has a big message about something like civil rights or slavery
And then just-
or revolution or sentience or freedom and then go, but it's just it's not important. It's like Blade Runner, but the people are evil.
Listen, now that we're in Top Gear, okay?
Yeah.
Matt,
Don't drive that car too
Yes.
fast.
does this remind you of anything in your past? Because it should.
About my past.
Because we both have this shared experience. And that's this. When someone sits down and describes their art in contradictory statements right behind each other,
Yeah.
where literally within the same breath you say something that goes against what you just
Just
defined
said,
your thing
yeah.
as, that's sitting in your fucking fine arts class bullshitting away the explanation
Yeah,
for what you
okay.
made
Yeah.
when you have no answers. And that's where the fine arts teachers, different from the illustration ones,
Very different.
rate you based on your bullshit as opposed to the work you've actually
Can you
created.
convince me that the shit that you slap together means anything?
It is the
Can
equivalent.
you fool me?
It's the equivalent of wine tasting snobs, even though wine tasting has been shown to be absolute nonsense. It's the equivalent of that guy, that art critic who had a meltdown and wrote this massive article about how all art criticism is completely made up, smelling your own farts nonsense. He is literally just sitting down and changing what he wants to say based on what he thinks the interviewer he's talking to
Wants to
will
hear.
like.
If
Yeah,
you've ever
right.
seen Ghost World, right, there's exactly that. There's the girl that puts bullshit up, explains it away, and gets top marks.
Now, that's not to say, like, there's certainly game projects like that Dragon Cancer, or even the game we looked at, Emporium, that someone definitely made because they had something to say, and it's based on, like, a personal very thing. I think David Cage has had no things like this, and certainly, if he's trying to say anything about them, this is video games is not the avenue he should be choosing to do them in.
Not in the way that he makes them.
So,
I have
wait, hold on, Pat. The first message he said, it was like consistent with what he was starting to say, right? The second one, very confusing. And the third one, in direct comparison to the others,
Like
made
he's
no
getting
sense.
farther away and less consistent every
it's
time
like
he talks.
every time he does an interview, like he doesn't know what the last time he said. It's like it doesn't make any sense.
It's a godlike combo of wrongness.
It's just like
I have never seen
a
anything
different
like
David
it.
Cage is given a different reason. They're all androids.
They're all androids. No, but like it's like the combination, and the weirdest part is like Cage has not flinched away from like saying my games mean something, and he has shit on other people in the industry for saying that their games mean nothing. And that he's so tired.
Saying space, Joe, I'm tired of
I'm
Space
so tired of
Marines
fucking
is dismissive. That said, you cannot tell a
and
meaningful
then
story.
he'll turn around and saying, "I'm not saying anything important." And I would call his game, or I would call Detroit like a drama. If it was a television show, it'd be a
I'd
drama,
say
right?
It's like Mr. Robot.
My drama means nothing.
Yeah.
But like,
we're looking at crouching light kick into down circle quarter circle forward androids.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's his opener, and then his linker is canceling into it's not androids, it's about humans.
Yeah.
And then his ender where he catches it out is it's not about humans. There's no message to humanity at all. It is unbelievable how fucking like from the game is not even being out yet. We are in day minus what?
50, 60.
We are months
It
away.
doesn't have a day. It's true.
And the train wreck implies that it was on the rails at some point.
You know what's also
What do you call it if the train starts
My favorite part
on the ground?
My favorite part about this is
Sideways.
I saw people interspersing these quotes with footage from the trailer, and it's like it's not about androids or civil rights, and you see footage from the first trailer where people are walking by the android slave auction, and the text is "hard work for her, easy day for you," and then the trailer that came out alongside this is the violent android revolution, which in the interviews last year he said was just gonna straight up not be in the game at all.
So remember we were watching the E3 stuff for Sony's thing, and they showed the trailer for this, and I think I said, how come this is the opposite of what I thought this game was? Last year there was a trailer about a human detective, and he had to make a choice, and there was a hostage.
That was an android, actually.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know anymore. So, and then the one before that, the first one was like the weird Jennifer Lawrence girl, where it seemed like it was about protecting this one plot critical fucking android, and I thought it was all about that. And we all thought, oh, this is another fucking jerk off on this actress that I hired, like Ellen Page was in Beyond whatever the fuck now. I don't. What's it called?
Beyond Two Souls.
Whatever. I don't know why I asked for an answer and got dismissed with it. But, this game has, make no mistake, has changed tact at least twice since it's been announced. I feel.
Every go ahead.
So, this is a complaint we've had with David for ages.
That's what I was about to say.
And
it's the same problem. Nothing about this is different. All we've heard is he's got more people reining him in. He's got more money, so there's bigger people to stop him from going all over the place.
I want to go through this because in Indigo Prophecy, everything leading up to the game was ace, and that demo was amazing.
Demo sold us
and
on
the
it.
first third of that game is great, great. Before you understand that the weird bug aliens that attack you in your office are nonsense, and you think that it's actually going to go somewhere, it's great.
Before Business Bug asks you to work late.
And then at the 51% mark in Indigo Prophecy, and I remember because me and Wooly hit it about the same point, and the save game in that game actually just straight up tells you the percentage completion. That game just falls apart and becomes about nothing, right? It becomes about
Seinfeld
it
of
becomes
video games.
it becomes a mess of topics that he wants to do it all.
It becomes every foreign evil entity that I'm not familiar with is scary and needs to be in my game.
And so that was that. And then Heavy Rain comes out, and immediately it's really, really clear that Heavy Rain is more focused. It has writing problems, obviously.
Yeah.
But it is a focus thing, and it is about a thing.
Yeah.
And it is about how much your parents love you. That is what that game is about, right?
So.
And what you're willing to do for your children, right? And now it turns out that one of the reasons why it is so focused is that large parts of the game were removed right before release.
Right.
Because they were confusing nonsense.
Right.
So for Heavy... And then it was after the game came out that him talking about Heavy Rain was confusing. Right? It wasn't beforehand. Beforehand, it actually all kind of made sense. But afterwards, and he talks about how they cut the fucking supernatural shit, and he talks about themes that you're like, that wasn't there. What are you talking about? Right? And then we get to Beyond Two Souls. And Beyond Two Souls, even from the trailers, looked like a bunch of nonsense.
Right.
You saw footage from the fucking African warlord mission. You saw footage in the Chinese underwater base.
The native desert.
You saw all this
demons.
shit, and you were confused, right? You were confused, and he talked about how it's about the soul and all this metaphysical shit, and you were weird. And then you played it, and the game is out of order, and it's even more confusing. But it was from the trailer to the trailer, but mostly when you started to play it that you were confused. We are now months out. And I am already as confused about this game as we were when we did the Mexico sequence in Beyond Two Souls.
The underwater Chinese ghost.
Right?
Yeah,
I am
Yeah.
I can't even pin down what the basic thrust of the game is about
This
anymore. fucking Detroit.
Well, that's because whatever you are about to say you think it might be, he
Will
just said it's
change.
not.
Will change.
Every
it's not.
time the game has been shown off, it couldn't have been a different game. When I think about Omicron, it's a time soul traveling guy who's trying to solve a mystery against
And
demons.
it was
When I think about
everything.
Heavy Rain, I think of this and this. I'm lost.
Well, Pat-
I don't know who
I don't know
the character is.
Who do you control?
Sounds to me like you're gonna have to face dilemmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is like
That's
his
yeah.
confusion matrix grows stronger by the day.
This
Wanna talk about
happened
this a bit-
not
bit
very,
more?
very briefly.
Very briefly. It's not what you were.
This happened really quickly around the exact
Time
same
moves fast
time.
on Twitter.
They fucking on the official Detroit Become Human Twitter, for some reason, thought it would be a good idea to just dick wave and taunt Xbox owners. And they put out a tweet that said, when you wake up and hashtag Detroit Become Human is still a PS4 exclusive, and you're still an at Xbox owner, Thursday
The
thoughts.
fact that they tweeted at Xbox to say, "Hey, fuck you,"
And then they put a GIF that says a screenshot from the trailer, face dilemmas.
Well, I saw that and thought like that makes me want to buy an Xbox. I don't think that's because then I'll have a console that can't play this game, and that makes me happy.
physically can't.
Have you ever seen an official
So
Twitter,
this-
not a
this-
character
this
or a
tweet-
mascot, just being like, "Hey console, fuck you, man."
This tweet deleted like minutes
Now, here's the
after it
thing.
went up.
I
Unfortunately,
usually
Heroes screen
love
capture.
that shit. I love the fucking
Sure,
thumb in
Sega
the eye.
does what Nintendo.
I love that shit, but the it coming from it's you're standing at the club and a girl passes you by and you turn around and yell, "Oh, you gonna get with that guy, not me, Mr. Shit in his pants?"
Yeah. The
Like, come
problem
on.
with this is that if things were swapped out and it was Horizon, it would still be shitty because it's not like a funny Sony thing leading up to an E3 where they did, "Hey, game sharing, blah blah." It's not even funny. It's not even clever. It's just like fucking school ground.
It's also
not even that.
It's not
'cause
also
kids
not
are
effective.
stupid and funny.
Telling
that
a kid that they can't play something and that they suck because of it makes them dislike you. It doesn't
Yeah,
make them
yeah,
go, "Ooh, I want to get the thing." It makes them go. But also, think about it. This kind of mentality, this kind of that's schoolyard shit, right?
Yep.
And I like it because it's schoolyard shit. And it's petty
Console
stuff.
wars with a Z.
But your game is not schoolyard shit. Your
Yeah.
game is supposed to be an adult, interactive,
Yes,
fictional
yeah.
drama for smart people. That's what, that's not what it is, but that's what it's supposed to
yeah,
be.
that's the demo.
it
It's amazing.
Why do you keep just blowing up his face
'Cause
larger and
that's
larger?
the way-
why not?
Oh, right. So I felt really. So here's the real tragedy. We announced that we would do a sealed envelope style thing for and get the bingo cards ready for Detroit Become Human ages ago, like right when the game got announced. I
Yeah,
think.
because it's locked in.
And
Right when they announced the new Best Friends LP live on
and
stage.
I remember thinking in my heart like, okay, Indigo Prophecy, that was impossible. Heavy Rain felt strongly could have done it. Like Detroit Become Beyond Two Souls. Like we threw out some stupid guesses in that LP that came true.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember the one that gets me is like, what if a giant evil velociraptor attacked you, and then the god demon of Mexico looks like a giant evil velociraptor.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's the one that's the
yeah.
dumbest.
Yeah.
It looks
right?
like Riptor.
And I was like, I feel confident that we can crush this. I feel very unconfident now.
Because you don't even
Because
know
if
what the
he
game's
doesn't
about.
even know what his game
Yeah, then
is,
who would?
how are we supposed to guess what his game
Because we know the mind of the shit tier director.
is? We know him better than he knows himself.
We know him so much better than he knows himself. I believe we can vanquish it. I think we can. I think we can absolutely predict.
Well, the
it.
ultimate is that if we get like 30% or more of the game on point, like we can. And yes, I am lowballing it. 30% or more. That's the ultimate proof. Like you are such a hack that even when you say nothing, people can see through you and see what you're actually going to do.
I believe it. I have faith. I have faith.
Ooh.
Beyond Two Souls. I mean,
Detroit.
We might have almost spent like at least 20 minutes. That's a full episode.
that's episode 0.
It's episode 0.
Can you cut this out and just put it on the thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
How
all right.
about that for a slice of fried gold?
Depending on when or what happens between now and then, there might be a 0.1.
There might be.
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would have as much to talk about.
Based on like
the
a couple
nothing.
interview snippets.
Like it's absolutely nuts.
Welcome in Detroit.
Thank you for the cage zone.
So yeah, how Detroit, huh? That was a hell of a 20-minute tangent, but yeah. That's a very good summation of David Cage in general. I don't know. It was a quiet time, but if not that, I just would have gone on a fucking 60-minute tangent. That was just me recounting that entire video. I don't know. There's just something really relatable about how frustrated they get with David Cage, because that's... I don't know. That's personally something that I can never put into words, but they do it so succinctly. And that's why they've got a show. Oh, Griff is alive again. I know I got quiet, but listen. The point has been made now. The point has been made. Detroit is a dumb game. That is all. He listened to a 20-minute rant and we spent 20 minutes talking about games. Yeah, I noticed a bunch of Overwatch chat going on, so I'm like, well, at least they're having fun. It's a good rant, though, I say. In the meantime, though, we've gotten a lot of progress done here. Like, we've got, like, the thighs, we've got the boots, mostly. We got the tail. We're just about there, I think. There's just, like, some stuff at the head that we've got to return to, and then it's just the gradient, and then we're, like, done, so... We're certainly on track to complete it by the end of tonight, for sure. Or not, but... I'm deciding to be optimistic about this. After this Warriors mission, I'm gonna hop in bed and continue watching the stream. Sounds good, dude. So I was getting a couple suggestions about what the background should be a little earlier. I decided to use the red thing for another Key Week thing, but like, is there anything else that you could possibly like suggest as like a substitute instead of that kind of red? Because I'd like to do something. Maybe like a purple. I don't know. Sitting here frothing about my mains. I do have some problems with Warriors. 1. M-Corn is forced to wear the Hoshidan Ding-Dong armor that's not thigh-friendly, and 2, his voice is just strange in Warriors. It's still, Cam Clark, or whoever the VA for Corn was in Fates, right? I haven't heard anything of M-Corn in Fates, though, because they fucking do him dirty and make him like a fucking whatever side unlockable that doesn't get any attention. If you can like hook me up with like some samples of that, though, I could take a listen and be quiet for another 20 minutes. Generally, I try to avoid doing that because, you know, that's as much as I like what I'm sharing. It is kind of just like repurposing other people's content and then just putting it in its entirety on the stream. But I feel like David Cage is just a unique exception because it's fucking David Cage. Yeah, though, at the very least, though, let me credit that. That was, well, actually. Oh well, never mind. It's actually not even on YouTube. It's just taken from. Oh well, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. I guess I'm good. I was thinking maybe that was like from an official YouTube channel that I could at least like link back to. If like, hey, if you like this, listen to more of these guys because I'm sure their other stuff is good. But I guess they don't even post to YouTube, so what the fuck ever. Would you prefer Japanese or English? Well, which voice were you referring to? I'm not really familiar with any of the Japanese VA for Fire Emblem Fates because there was no dual audio in that. So all I'm familiar with is the English stuff. There we go. I didn't even realize you were referencing Ace Attorney. I don't know a fucking thing, my dude. Okay, so I think the boots are done. Almost, actually. There's a couple bits here and there that I still gotta return to, but largely, we're pretty much there. And then I just gotta do the head. The rest of it anyways. The face is done. It's like the hair and stuff that I gotta do, which is a little more complex than I was, like, hoping, but, you know, sometimes we gotta suffer for our faves. That's just how it is. Doc, please. Griffin also has the internet. Yeah, but I don't know where to look. You have warriors, you would know, right? Whew. Okay. This is gonna be the big shit. This is gonna take a lot of work. Usually I kind of start from the head and work down, so it's interesting that I went in the order that I did. Or at least I'd like to think that that's the order I go in. Because you could probably, you know, cross-reference an older art stream here and just be like, oh, actually, Griffin, no, you didn't. And you'd probably be right. Best I could find. Don't watch the entire stream. Okay, I've got a link here to some Fire Emblem Warriors stuff. I don't know where to go to find. Let's see. I'm trying to find where Corrin talks here. I'm seeing a couple of like character portraits here, but I'm not seeing them talk. Wait? No, that's the loading screen. Oh, I think it was like before. This?
It's no use. They just won't listen to me. I'll have to step in if I want to stop them.
I guess I see what you mean. That does sound like Ken Clark, though. Here, let's take a look at another piece here.
We'll see.
I saw a Corrin portrait somewhere here. Right?
I'm so sorry, Elise, but I need you to come with me.
Yeah, that's definitely Cam Clark. That sounds about on par for Corrin's usual delivery. I'm pretty sure someone put a tiny compilation of his stupid lines on YouTube. I need to find that now. Shit. Found it. Oh, that was quick. Leave Corrin alone. This is a Corrin-friendly stream. It's Cam Clark? What was I saying? It just sounds different from Fates, so it throws me off. I guess we don't really hear much of him in Fates, so maybe that's why. Like, we don't hear him speak like full sentences very often. We just hear him cry and go, which, valid as it is, doesn't necessarily give you like the full picture of what like he's supposed to sound like when speaking full sentences like a human. Corrin has 2 VAs and Fates. Well, I mean, for F Corrin and M Corrin, yeah? Unless M Corrin has, like... Right, I know, no, you're right. There's, like, a thing you can pick from, but I stuck with Cam Clark. Yeah, Yuri and Cam. And I think I know Corrin more due to using the Yuri Lowenthal voice over the Cam Clark. Okay. I just sent a whisper of the dumb fucking red-white compilation. What? Oh no, I've heard about it. I can't show this. This is fucking just straight up anime. I'll get killed. The anime police will come to my house and take down my video. It's like less than a minute, but it's fucking gold. Well, it's not going on my stream, because I'm gonna get claimed in an instant for that. It's fine, it's fine. I guess I'll kind of repeat the process here on the opposite ear. Gotta put my dishes downstairs and I'll come on bed. Okay, sounds good. can't believe the sun came out now and it's hiding its dumbass behind a cloud. It's making me feel drowsy again. Oh, I feel that. I always get mad with how early the sun rises now. It's like I almost want it to like go back down because I feel weird when I go to sleep and then the sun's up. Because that sounds bad, but it'll honestly like start feeling like sunrise around like 3 a.m. Oh damn, we actually hit the full loop there. Okay, let's pull up something else. Yeah, we did Spagonia Day, but not night. We can do night. I'm almost like, you know, I thought the daytime theme of this was already like pretty good, but so far I'm liking the nighttime theme. Maybe perhaps more. I feel the same way, so I started going to bed hella early. I climb into bed at like 21:30ish and it's still bright outside. Fucking smelly. Speaking of, it's been like really like bright and hot recently over the past few days. Like today especially was like boiling. I was supposed to get like some outside stuff done today, but I'm like waiting until after I'm done streaming so I can just do it when it's cooler and not blinding. Going to bed after that hour is wondrous. Oh yeah, that's, I mean, that's when I'm like most productive, and it's nice to just get like a bunch of stuff done and then pass out, for sure. Kinda like I'm doing right now. Okay. Not for me anymore, it ain't. It's cursed. Well, I'll tell you what's not cursed. The progress on this art. Because we've only got this upper white bit in the hair before we're pretty much done. You know, it's just a gradient and, you know, I guess maybe a background? And then we're, like, done. And the gradient's, like, it's a snap. It's fine for me because sometimes I don't go to bed until 3 or 4 a.m. Oh, you think you're a special one, don't you? Oh boy. My sleep's a nightmare. So my sleep schedule for school was usually fucked. Oh yeah, I was absolutely in that same kind of situation where I had a bad sleep schedule. Not that it's gotten any better since, it's just I don't have to get up as early as often. Is this... no. Okay, so the rest is white, so let's save, let's grab this, and get right to it. I love how quiet the twilight/dawn hours are. Fucking mood. It's so quiet and still you could probably hear a moth fart. Yeah, I mean, that's another reason why I am so productive during that time in the first place, is because I can just, you know, have that time to myself and actually work on stuff. I mean, that's kind of like why I stream when I do, is because that's like kind of the beginning of that, when I'm just like free. Y'all gotta stop depriving yourself of sleep. I'll throw a spider at you. Well, I mean, please don't do that, but also, I mean, it's not that, like, I can't be productive at any other time of day. It's just, like, with the living situation that I'm in right now, it's just, like, I'm trying to make the best of what I've got, you know? Spiders will make sure you get your ass to bed early. Spiders ensure that I'll never go to sleep ever again, buddy. He's an encouragement spider, not an insect. All spiders can be encouraging if you try hard enough. Man, what was like the last Sonic game that had a soundtrack with this kind of pleasant stuff in it? Because it sure wasn't Forces. Generations had like a couple of things like this, but pretty much just like from menu screens. I don't know. I'd love to see this sort of style return. Okay, let's actually merge up these layers so we don't get too jumbled up here. Shed on. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Also, I haven't done the eyes, and I need to do that as well. Spiders are a no-go in my life. You and me both, buddy. I used to hate spiders, but I've kind of grown to like them. They're not too bad if you let them carry on with their life. If they're on the floor or something, I'll pop it in a container and put it outside. I mean, good for you, Snoodoodle, but you don't gotta force your evil spider-loving ways on the rest of us. It's like feeding wild bears, and then you're not supposed to do that because then it teaches them to like look for humans as a source of food. It's like spiders. You're placating them now, but in the future, in the long term, you're teaching them a great evil. I begun thought spiders and any other bug. Well, Keaton likes bugs. Explain that one. Best boy loves spiders, so I make an exception for him. They kind of just walk into your house on accident. They're easier to handle once you start realizing they're just little dumb friends with a surplus of leg. That is a very good way of putting it, but that's still spider propaganda in my eyes. And I will not have it. Yeah, just a couple strokes left and then we can move on to gradient. No, Doc, go home. Though I don't live in Canada, so there's no threatening boys over here. Well, it's not like spiders are our problem here. It's the rats you gotta worry about. Here's a fun fact, though. The province I live in, Alberta, is actually a rat-free province because in the 1950s they did like a not like a PSA, but like this public project that just like encouraged people to like exterminate all rats, and so that prevented them from like spreading like they did in other provinces. Not that they're like an actual problem, but you know, we're actually a rat-free province. Rat facts, baby. I hate how even when my screen brightness is down, my phone is bright as fuck. Well, don't most phones have like bright, like ambient light sensors or whatever? You think that would factor in? Okay, this is it, Luigi! Okay, but there's actually still the shading on the eyes. This is almost it, Luigi. Because there's a slightly gentler shade of white that we use for this. Uh-oh. Well, well, hold on, I can just do this. I can put a new eye shade back here so that the eyes go in front of it. And while we're on the topic of Hotel Mario lines, that ought to do it! There we go. I think. Let's turn the colors off one more time so we can make sure that everything is taken care of here. Just give things a quick pass here. Yeah, I'm seeing a couple spots that were missed, but that shouldn't be too big of a problem. It's actually primarily all in this section of the boot, so shouldn't be too much effort to go back and fix it. There we go. Thank you, Stay Hydrated, bot. Snoodoodle, that's a very woke thing to say. Oh yeah, noticing a couple of other spots here. Okay. Let's see. What's left? What else is left? Eyebrows. Doc, be gone. Be gone, Doc! And there we go. Okay, let's turn the colors back on. Let's zoom out. Okay, still one more thing to go. One more thing here. I want to amplify the cleavage here a little bit. Because it's kind of gentle as is. And I just want to plunk a big line right down the middle, like that. And then just like soften it up as we go, but not as extreme as I did before. That's the key. There we go. That's a little nicer. There's always room for a little bit of amplification as far as titties go. I am perpetually sleepy, which comes with the territory of being a gremlin. Okay, gradient. Which I believe is another easily snatchable thing. Not even from the previous project, because that just uses the same colors as the shading does. So let's see. That's a pretty simple process. You just select everything the same color, and then just do a gradient upwards. Yep. Looking good. Oh, but not on the color layer. Anything but there. It's gotta be on its own layer. The gradient section is like another bit that like really makes things pop, you know? Like I was talking at the beginning of this about how like that first swoosh with the bangs really lets you like get a better sense of depth. The gradient is like the next version of that, I think. Oh, and how do you think these arms look? Because I never asked, but I kind of put the knees where they were to kind of like cheat about not drawing the hands. Do you think that looks okay? I might do like some additional cropping stuff to kind of further dodge that, but I feel like this arm I might be able to get away with, but this one feels like it kind of just disappears. So I might crop that so that it looks like it goes off frame rather than into a void behind the leg. Yep, okay. Gradient. And there we go. What's left? Hair. Now I usually kind of like to do like two waves of this. So one of them goes from the bottom of the frame up to the top, and then for the hair and stuff I kind of visualize where that would end. So maybe like here, and then up to the top, even though that's not where the black ends, because that is where the white ends, and that's where I want to focus on. Just like that. And there we go. So we bring that back now. And even looking at the flats, you can see how much of a difference that makes. But, coupled with the shading, and by turning the opacity down a little bit, we can get something, you know, it's subtle, but it really helps things kind of pop. I try and put a hand on the knee or something. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I guess when I roughed this, I wasn't in the mood to draw hands. Well, let's experiment with cropping it and see if that's like a usable method here. And if so, by how much would we need to crop? That's doable, but now he's not really in the center of the frame. So, let's undo this. And also, I think the background is like a lighter shade of gray than I started out with. I don't know how that changed. But, let's try maybe like that was 5,000 by 6,000. Let's try 4,000 by 6,000. Because that's that good old 3:4 aspect ratio. I don't know if cropping would totally hide it. Well, it looks like this does pretty nicely, actually. Oh, are you guys hearing this crust that's coming up? The music was getting all weird for a second there. Okay. Okay, kids. Let's see. Right, and now we can close the eyes or whatever. Then we can look down. That looks a little awkward because the eyes aren't done properly, but now we can merge them because we're done. And we can just put them wherever we want. Like, a little closer inwards. So it can do that. I don't want him to make this expression though, but you know, as an example. Okay, so let's move that out of the way and take another crack at a proper mouth here. Because I still want the alternate expressions. Like, one side of this I kind of want going a little further out and higher than the other side. So it's like more of like a cheeky little smirk. Actually, let's try like without the teeth. And just like kind of round that out and see how that looks. Ooh! Ooh, that's not bad! Oh, that's pretty good. So what happens when we do add teeth to it? Yeah, I think for that one, that's a good one, but I'll do like a C. I'll do a C. Oh, this is caps lock? Oh, caps lock? Remember to add them blushies. I have never drawn blush in my fucking life. I don't know, I want something that shows teeth that looks a little good. To some degree. It's a little high up. That's not bad, but it's not quite the level of, you know... I still think this looks good. Yeah, this one I'm not liking. I might do an open mouth one. Because I think those two are kind of close to each other, but I think, you know, going back to the fucking origin story that I was talking about earlier as far as art, PNGs, Keaton 14 goes, which I believe, not that one. Although this one is very cute. This is precious. As a matter of fact, this is actually a very large inspiration for this one. which I can return to its original glory now. Voila. No, but what I meant was, let's see, art PNGs. It was the 14 series, yeah. Not this one. Not this one, although Licking Lips could be another good one to add in as another callback. But this particular one, eyebrows are a little tiny, could use some work, definitely aged. But there is, the spirit is there. Well, you better start someday. Blushies are the base of every image with a cute-ass character. I wouldn't really know. I mean, I could look up a fucking DeviantArt tutorial right here and right now, but... Weirdly enough, that post has like a lot of notes. With a lot of people being like, God, I wish that were me. And that's like the fucking community that I gotta reach with this kind of shit, because those people didn't engage with Keat Week. That wasn't a Keat Week piece. That was just your average horny Keaton content. Because like Keat Week, that's advanced horny, and nobody's ever there for it. No, that doesn't look good. I don't know how I did that expression last time. It really wasn't like that. Although, if I make it a tongue. Let's start with the shape before we get the teeth thrown in there. Yeah, I'm doing like a weird like triangle shape. It's more of like a trapezoid shape. Just as like a proof of concept, I'll probably rework this a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. It could work, but it looks crusty. Let's try like a tongue out approach, maybe? With the weird rectangle tongue. Now it just looks like a fucking emoji. That's like too clinical. And also much too short, because we know that Keaton's got that ass-eating tongue. Imagine being a horny on main but not seizing the means of production. The only ethical consumption is eating ass. No, this doesn't look good either. It's just like asymmetrical. I think that's like the main issue I'm taking with it. Also, when you zoom out, it looks weird every single time. I'm always drawing these mouths in a vacuum and not taking the eyes into an account. A lad who eats his own ass can live to see another day. Now that's woke. I'm just like thinking here. Let me pull up the key. I'm pretty sure 120 megabytes. Goddamn. I'm pretty sure this doesn't contain pingy. Although it might. So, uh-oh. Wait. If I okay, there's no pingy. There's pingy grabby, but it's not the kind of bannable offense. I'm just here for the expression, buddy. It's like what did I do here that was different? Honestly, with this, it's not a triangle shape or a trapezoid shape, it's a single continuous curve. I think that's what I'm missing here. Let's try that. We can try that. How do you think I got here? And I make it fucking symmetrical too. But like, I hate doing perfectly symmetrical shit because then it looks weird. Like, this whole drawing could have been perfectly symmetrical, but I didn't do that because I think it looks better this way. Even these other smirks are asymmetrical. One of them, like, it kind of goes a little more to one side, and I like that. So it's like, fuck. You just gotta, like, get the right amount of, like, symmetrical enough. Like I did right now. I think, anyways. We'll try adding, like, the things and whatnot and see if that actually, like, works. Oh, damn. We ran another loop to its full conclusion. Okay, let me grab some more music and then we'll finish up this now. Chunan Night. Alright, this is chill. I can... There it goes, it's perfect. I can, like, tweak it a little bit and then, like, trace it over because I hate stretching lines. That looks a little better. Chunan Night is heart emote. This is what I'm talking about. Nobody ever talks about the soundtrack. Let me like lower the opacity on this and kind of do some more fiddling here. I feel like there's more like tongue business we could experiment with here. And also, maybe extending this a little bit past the barrier and then doing the thing that I've been trying to do. Well, let's save that rough. Let's put an R on that. Because I've got enough, as far as licking lips goes, I think I've got an idea. I love every Sonic OST. That isn't a fucking RPG GS game. Oh, you don't like Central City? You know, just as simple as that. That could look pretty alright. That's not bad. That's not bad. Die? I've been trying all for several years. Okay, so I'm gonna... Because I stretched the lines on these, I have to retrace them so that the thickness is uniform. Because I'm going to scream if I can't have that. So I'll just make it, like, official. Because when you stretch it, the lines don't look quite right compared to the rest. And it's like, fuck. Let me actually go all the way to the edge here and then kind of curve it down. And use some shift clicks to kind of get the perfection that I crave. I'm loving like this whistle shit. Okay. Yep. Ooh. Okay. That ought to do it. You know, except for the tongue, but I might tweak that on my own. Guys, woke thought. That's the fucking key. Oh, that looks glorious. Okay, we're getting bottom fangs too. We're getting bottom fangs. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, there we go. Now he's perfect. At least as far as that mouth goes, but we've got more to trace here. Oh, 6 is also really good too, yeah. Just in general, actually. Yeah, I'm not using shift clicks here, so this is a little bit tighter in terms of getting it right. There we go. That's good. Oh, mouth D indeed. The C stands for crunch. Okay, so... Well, for this one, I might actually have to like make it a group, because it's going to require like some colors and shading here. So we'll name the group mouth C. And then go back to this, and take the colors from here. That's the key. Playing as Silver made me appreciate the music because I heard it for fucking hours. You guys listen. Gamers today complain about the fucking 8-ball missions and the Octo expansion. That one thing where you had to like roll the ball with Silver's moves and you can only like roll it a certain amount of times. That was the real suffering. Okay, so I'll do the flats here, but then I'm gonna do one more thing because as far as the expressions go, I also want to have like unique positions for the eyes. So let me just finish getting the selection done. Uh-oh, hold on. The overlay was on. It's not the true colors. C is different. It's less pink. That's the filter's job. The white was accurate, though. Okay. I mean, again, for example... Oh, that's so cursed! Okay, so let's duplicate this. And then merge it. So that way we have like a rasterized copy and then like an original copy. Hot take, Silver is the only fucker who is trying to defeat the evil and not being a woman or extreme edge. Oh, not bang a woman. That was a little too tight. But I don't know, like some looking at viewer shit, could be good. Could be valid. His eyebrows look like too big, I think. I think his eyebrows are too big. Oh shit, but because it's a separate layer. It's actually not. Hold on. It could be though. It could be. I can make the eyebrows their own modifiable group by just making this part of the normal line art. Then, I could just raise and lower the brows as I please. Oh no, it's gonna turn into a Waluigi mustache. Look out, Keaton! Look at that. I've never seen them that low. Yeah, I don't know. They're not this thick. Keen's got many thick things, but on eyebrows, not one of them. Like if I turn it to like 90 maybe? How would that look compared to this? Yeah, this looks like a little extreme. 90 seems about right. It's close, but not quite. Thankfully, all I really have to redo here is the line art, and then the rest of the elements can stay put. Because you know how I am about resizing line art. It's always got to be 5px. That's the solution. just use hard lines here with shift clicks, because why not? And then just put that back in and get rid of the old line art. And just make sure none of it goes outside of the boundaries. It kind of does in a couple places, yeah. Let's see. Okay, that's good, that's good. There we go. That's not bad. You see, and now we can do this. Oh god, it actually looks... Oh no! The other one looked cursed, but now that the eyes are aligned properly, it looks... Oh no! See, the real power move is to do this. Let's not. Okay. So we've got this, we've got this, we've got this. Did I shrink the eyebrow? Is this what the eyebrows looked like when they were shrunk, or did I... I must have. Wow, this is what the eyebrows look like shrunken down. That's extreme. Oh no, yeah, let's undo that though. Okay, that's where we were at. Let's see, so what are some other, like... How else can we rig this? Oh, we also gotta do this too. Let's create a group. Mouth D. Mouth! That's a pretty simple one. Just like a single simple shade of pink, and that's it. Color. Hello? Are there any colors around you? There we go. What if he like looked down at his copy? And now the eyebrows are their own separate thing. We can lower those too. Or raise them. Or really raise them. Guys, what if I just drew the back of Corrin's head here? Alternatively. Oh. Oh. There's a lot of... I think this is honestly it. I think the looking down looks better than the looking at viewer. Let's bring these back up. Yeah, the sparklies really make it sparkle. I think both look good. I mean, this is why there's alts, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Let's lock these and... Well, hold on. Let's bring it back to here. Create another copy. I'll just have like a different copy of like each position of the eyes for like what I want. So now I'll undo them back to their original state, then paste it back in, and then boom. So it's gonna be eyes at viewer. It's gonna be eyes original. And it's gonna be eyes down. Cool. Because I think this works, and then we can do this. And then this, because I think that's a better combination. And then I can do, I don't know, God knows what with the eyebrows. Yeah, this can lower a little bit when he looks down. Okay, good. If you switch him back and forth really fast, he's like, oh. Wait, hold on. That's how it's done. Okay. So do we have any other... Oh god, that's cursed. Hold on. Beautiful. Do we have any other ideas for like expressions here? Or should we wrap it up? Or like backgrounds? I said I wanted to do some purple stuff. Let me experiment with that while chat comes up with ideas here. I don't know, just like another gradient or something. Ooh. Ooh. Can we flip that? We can. That's not bad. Maybe pastel it a little bit? This is not how pastel works, but I'm just going to put some white over it to make it a little less intense. Yeah, it's not bad. Maybe 20. Yeah, so what are some other expressions we're thinking of here? Because I think I'm happy with all the different variants that I have here. Let's go through them one more time. Okay. Got a smirk. We got that, and then we got that. And a couple of different eyes positions as well. Okay. You know, I already did it for the background on this one, but I might do sparkles again because I'm fucking weak. Let's turn these back on as well. And that. Yeah, we've got to do like an overlay too. Hold on. I already have a custom gay gradient in place for this. There's your fucking overlay. Hold on. Also, let me merge this all into like a clean foreground body layer. And then we do this, and then just make it an overlay. That's art, baby. This is actually the finished piece. Let's see. Soft light is usually a pretty simple, but oh, okay. Holy shit. Well, it looks like we've got our answer, folks. That looks pretty gay to me. You know, this whole time I was thinking, you know, it's just a solo thing of Keaton. How am I gonna establish that this is horny gay and not hetero gay so that the heteros could not possibly enjoy this? And I was straining, I was thinking, what could I possibly do? And now I found the answer after all this time. Holy shit. Hell yeah, gay and bulge. You know what? That's one more thing. First of all, let's name this overlay. But there is one more thing that has been really neglected. This could be more powerful than it is right now. This could be hornier on main, if you ask me. Also, let's like group this into like a whole expression system. And an eyes system. So it's a little less cluttered. Okay, so we're gonna go into shading. We're gonna turn all this off. We're just gonna grab the color. We're gonna blast big brush size up again. And we're gonna make this whole crease here a lot bigger. Add shine to bulge. Add stain to bulge. Now I'm just gonna like make it larger, although this is not the proper color. Gradient off. Shade. Oh, because it's the white in the background, that's why. It's not grabbing the core color value, it's grabbing the approximated. Okay, there we go. I just fucking increase the size of it. Oh, I do need to select it first. There we go. Okay, for real this time. Now this is valid. Now this is gaming. And then just like refine that with a soft brush, with a soft eraser. That's penis, baby. There we go. It's now it's a little more pronounced before. Listen, I said shine, so it didn't have any naughty connotations. I never add highlights or oh god, let's turn the eyes back on. I never add like highlights or blush to anything, but I should. That's a very gay bulge. Okay. I don't know. Let's like give it a quick try. Like a quick try. See if it'll look any good. Maybe like a little more redder than this though. Like that, maybe. And then just like a super gentle blushy blush. Not like that though, because you gotta use like some overlay shit. Oh boy, yeah, I'm gonna have to click through these to figure out what works. I might just use like a transparency thing though. Although color burn looks pretty good. If I do like a, this is on its own layer, so if you do like filter blur Gaussian, then I can like make that even softer. Maybe about like 25? Yeah, okay. Like, yeah, that's a blush alright, but I don't know if it's like if it looks good. I don't know. What's your verdict? Maybe I can keep that just there so it's like one of the variants. Remember to mess with the transparency for the most favorable effect. Well, what do you think of its current state? Because if I make it any more transparent, it's gonna look like really difficult to see. I think color burn is like the kind of already achieves that effect that you were suggesting. I could try switching back to normal and it looks nice. Okay. Let's see how it looks with this. Nah, I don't know. It still looks a little too like focused in on that region, rather than it being like a more spread out sort of thing. So I don't know. I'll get rid of it. Okay. Let's see. So what's left here? I guess the expression variants, huh? Maybe like a drop shadow? What do we do for this? Yeah, this had like a very slight drop shadow, didn't it? Let's turn that back on as well. Yeah, there it is. There's the drop shadow. Honestly, because it's like similar image sizes, I could probably just copy the layer style and use it here. Let's probably close this. And then clean. And then paste layer style. Adds a little bit of depth where there wasn't any before. Okay. What else do we got here? I was thinking of doing shit, but now I'm forgetting. Right, shading the mouth. That I still haven't done. This is still all flat colors, and that needs to change now. That's a pretty quick job, though. Let's see. Yeah, let's turn all that stuff back off. And there we go. Being an artist really is all about finding shorter ways to do shit, haha. It really is. Or at least the kind that I am. Where I'm trying to get shit done in like a reasonable amount of time. I say as I spend 4 hours on a project that already is, you know, fully lined. Yeah, it's getting pretty late. I'll probably wrap up soon after this. I still got other stuff to take care of tonight. But this is good though, because while I'm encoding from MKB to MP4, I can get some other shit done. There we go. Now that's looking good. Now we'll just do the same with this. Kind of. Nah, it's a universal thing, don't worry about it. Yeah, I get worried about reusing the same palette between, you know, artwork of the same character, but I feel like filters kind of make up for that, you know. Like, the overlay I'm using here makes it look, the colors look way different than they would in, say, here. So I don't know. I don't know much about computers. Oh, I left the drop shadow on. That's why the colors looked weird. Hold on, I gotta re-grab these colors. Hold on. I did it wrong. See, because look, when you add the drop shadow, it becomes like a teensy bit darker. This is the true color. Yeah, that makes it a little bit nicer. And I gotta do the same for this mouth. Oh man, and the teeth I gotta redo too. The teeth are looking nice. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Thankfully, that's not too big of a deal to redo. Because it's just like a small whatever thing. And then this. Yeah, you can see up here that they're showing up as like different colors because it's a different color value. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's turn everything back on one last time. Although there is one more thing. Okay, hold on. One more thing I want to do. This brush. Some more custom shit. Oh, I really miss having the touch bar so I could just like swipe my way around to the exact brush sizes that I want. But I gotta like manually punch them in. Or whatever. It's got like a 2000 here. And it doesn't like have a live preview either. You just gotta like enter the value and figure out what it's gonna look like. Maybe 1,000? Maybe that's too small. No, that's alright. And then we'll just do like a blur. Maybe like 200, like a subtle thing. But should that go in front or behind? Let's try it in front. No, let's put it behind. Just adds like a little bit of variance to the background, I think. Yeah, okay, there we go. Not bad. That's on. Great. Okay, so we should be done with that. Now it's just a matter of finding all the expression combinations. So let's see, this would be Heaton33.png, and then I would do in the same way that I did with 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, based on the variants that are there. So let's start with mouth A. Heaton33.1.png. And we'll put it on the desktop for now, because I have to save this shit for the thumbnail, which you have to make immediately after I'm done streaming, so. And like a B. What eyes could that go with? Maybe a viewer? Maybe just that. No, that's alright, that's alright. Heaton33.2.png, save to the desktop. Okay, saving, and in the meantime, probably eyes down. And I feel like that coupled with some lower brows would be good. Maybe only a slightly. And then that would be Heaton33.3. Is this a little intense? Should I make it like 50? Or 75? No, 100's fine. 100% baby. Okay, and then mouth D, in which we'll raise the brows back up and have them back at the viewer, I think. Sure. Current 33.4. There we go. Okay. Then PNG and then desktop. And there we go. We're finally done. So definitely not doing a second one like we were able to last time, but it came out good. I think it looks nice. So in the meantime, let's see if there's any art for tonight, because I have not been able to see if that is the case. There's some stuff in the shitpost channel. Let me check Twitter too. Okay, no art tonight, but that's okay. I can't expect Keaton all the time. That's the point of Keat Week. Although, I do crave Keaton all the time, so I'm just saying. Anyways, so with that, that was the stream for tonight. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy what you saw, you can follow me here on Twitch or on YouTube. I'm drawing something right now, actually. I'll probably do one more Kiwi Galaxy Gallery, so if you want to send it in for then, feel free to do that. Unless you think it's, like, just done. I'm dizzy as shit, but I'll get... How far along are you? Like, do you think you'll get it done by the time I'm finished talking here, or... I actually seen the PSD itself too while I'm at it. I don't think I did that. Yeah, okay, that's gonna might take a quick sec. Okay. Oh man, but the music went away. Hold on, I gotta stretch this for a few seconds. I'm doing the outro here. I gotta stick with this. It's fine, I'll post it to Discord once I'm finished. Okay, that's fine then. So, with that, that was the stream for tonight. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, you can follow me on Twitch or on YouTube at The Full Galaxy, where all the VODs are, plus highlights and more. If you really enjoy what you saw, you can subscribe to me here on Twitch. You can also check me out on Twitter and Tumblr, same name, all places. And there's also a Discord server, which Snoodoodle and I have just mentioned, where you can post art and all sorts of other things, both on and off stream. And if any of that sounds interesting to you, then you can check it out in the Twitch cards below if you're watching this live, or in the YouTube description if you're watching the VOD. So with that, have a good night. Haven't done a solo Galaxy Gallery in a little bit, but it's nice to get one every once in a while. As much as I enjoy guests, it definitely is a different atmosphere, and it's nice to have a bit of variety as far as that goes. I'm normally speedy as heck, but now my head's spinning. Yeah. Hopefully you feel better soon, Snurdoodle. Can't fucking talk tonight. This is what happens. Like, I'm already fucking mumbly and slurry as fuck, but like, I notice that like the longer the night goes on, the worse that gets. Thanks for the neat stream. It was very fun. No problem, Snoodoodle. Anyways, have a good night, everybody. Have a good Keat week, but that's next week. So save the celebrate. I don't know how to fucking end a stream. Goodbye.